I'm cutting the stupid intro. Well, the intro's not stupid. But my internet's stupid for doing what it did to me today. Okay, we're back. I need to post the link in the Discord. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Finally? Stupid. 6-3. I don't even have that score up. Hold on. It's Dolphins ball, but all has to move. This is a harrowing experience. These early games are insanity because it takes me a moment to get everything set up, and in the morning during the day I don't have a lot of time, so I have to kind of rush it. And when I rush it, things like this happen. I can't test the stream before I go live, and then nonsense ensues. But I think we're back. Can you guys hear me? Oh, you guys can hear me. Okay, finally. Oh, Jesus. Where's the future telling device? Oh, the future telling device is not here. Hey, like the stream if you can. You probably liked the other stream that was up. Okay, here we go. We're good. Think we got it. All right. Well, let's see what scores are happening. We got Atlanta winning. Giants and New Orleans are 0-0. That game's probably going to end that way. Tennessee's up 3-0 over Jacksonville. Tampa Bay is up and Cleveland is up. So for the Jets, for Tankathon to occur, the Jaguars need to win, and they're losing to the Titans right now. The Raiders need to win, and they're losing to the Bucs right now. The Giants need to win, they're scoreless. Panthers need to win, that's scoreless. And the Browns need to win, and that's happening. It's not good. It's not good. Not good. Am I all in on the tank? Not necessarily. I mean, the Jets technically still have life in them, right? If they lose one more game, then they're mathematically eliminated. But as long as we have life, we're still breathing, I suppose. But do I have faith that they're going to win? No. No. Do I have faith that they can win out? No. Jameis Winston is being a beast already. My God, and he gets the ball to Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is on fire. Jameis to Jerry Jeudy is a force to be reckoned with. That dude just gets open. I don't know what happened to him. All of a sudden, he's just impossible. Impossible to stop. Jerry Jeudy. There's Loco. What's going on? What is going on? Okay. How you doing, Isaac? Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm not happy with what the hell's been going on with the stream today, but we're good. We're up and we're running. Okay, so I had polls up. I had all this stuff ready to go, and blah, you're going to hear clackety clack. I was live on TikTok. That went south. Need 143. Oh, Jesus Christ. My cases are all messed up. Need 143 likes to break the record. Did you Hulk smash that like button? Yes, no. Let's see. Okay. Why am I not allowed to start my poll? No, whatever. Don't even care right now. Oh, I see what happened. I screwed something up. There we go. Okay. This is a disaster so far. Okay. Hold on. Come on. I saw Takedo ask the question before, does it make you wait a half hour before restarting the stream? No, but what happens is I have to get the stream keys. I have to basically redo everything, delete the old stream. It's like a whole process. And then I had to get my internet back up. So it took me a little while. And I actually had it up pretty quickly, but the problem was I hit start stream and I had the time set for before I started it and it wouldn't let me do it. It was the whole mess. But we're back. We have 4 concurrents on the short stream, 15 on the live stream. And 2, it just threw it past the Devon A-Chan. Whatever. I don't know if you guys heard anything I said at the beginning of the live stream. I was talking about Arthur Smith. I'm going to have to talk about that tonight. Because I'm not getting into it right now. Right now, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to stream because of all the nonsense. But there goes Devon H.N. Oh, look at this. Speeds of Poets here. Tour says, a coin to our suffering streamer. Thank you so much. Yes. Man. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's harrowing sometimes, but we're fine. Josh is off today, or else this would have been taken care of. Stupid Josh. But here we go. Let's do some play-by-play. We have 1:25 left in the first. That's a hell of a time to start a stream. Miami's up 6-3. Tua flips this out to Echan. They are... Echan, I said. That's not his name. Flips this out. He's across the 30. Baker Mayfield is 8 of 9 for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns already. Wow. Tom is here. What is going on? Tom says it's going to be awful for both sides. It's probably going to be more awful for us. I think you know that. Ooh, Tom, at the beginning of the year, Tom is an IDF Hall of Famer, by the way. IDF Hall of Famer. Last year's television champion. His name will be etched in the annals of PFD lore for as long as we all live. And he's here to watch the Jets and the Dolphins embarrass the Jets. Dolphins do like a little end around with Tyreek. It's about a 7-yard gain. So in about, I think it was August, a buddy of mine who's a Dolphins fan was like, yo, we should get tickets to the Dolphins Jets game in Miami in December. That's going to be a sick game. And I was like, we're looking at ticket prices. And I was like, I'm going to hold off because they're super expensive right now. And I don't think, I'm just, one of these teams might not even be viable at that point. Anything could happen. Injury, whatnot, they could just be bad. And look where we are. 5-7. Oh my God, it's Tom Hartman. That's right. Yeah, I know you're rooting for the Jets, Takeda. You want that high draft pick, as do I. Why can't we vote both yes and the Jets suck? Yeah, you should be able to. All right, so we're back. I should try to go live on TikTok again, but I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. So one of the things I was talking about before the stream started was the I saw on the internet that Arthur Smith might be considered as Jets head coach. Woody Johnson, if I am you, I am nixing that idea. If the 33rd team comes to me and says, you know who we're thinking of? Arthur Smith. I am firing them. I'm saying, no. What the hell are you doing? Get away from me. Don't ever come back here again. I never want to see your faces again. I can't believe I even considered hiring you because that is the worst idea anyone's ever had in their lives. That's exactly what I would say to the 33rd team. You can't bring in Arthur Smith. Look, Arthur Smith, maybe one day will figure out how to be a head coach, but we've seen this story before. I mean, look, if they bring in Mike Vrabel and he wants to pluck Arthur Smith from the Steelers as offensive coordinator, fine, whatever. They had history together. He had success under Mike Vrabel, which is why he was considered for head coaching positions. But he's not a good head coach. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Number one football fan says Arthur Smith is going to be using Garrett and Devontae as decoys. Yeah. And Breece Hall, and Braylon Allen. It's going to be the Jeremy Ruckert show with Arthur Smith. Not even. Oh, maybe. They'll use him in that Jonnu Smith role. Chris Behesa says, I love the Giants. They're so unserious. So, what do we have here? 7-3. Another question going around is, should Minnesota lock up Sam Darnold? I'm just like, no. Why? Haven't you learned anything from Dallas? You're going to pay this guy who, sure, you have a nice record right now. Could be playing for the top of the division, fine. But is that really because of Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold. I mean, he's playing well. Good for him. But he can slip back into Sam Darnoldom is at the blink of an eye. Oh, that pass is incomplete. He can become Sam Darnold again very fast. And typically, once you pay these guys, that's when they slip into who they really are. As we saw with Dak Prescott. Hi. My stream didn't start, so I was in here trying to figure it out. I have, oh, look, it's PFA. Hi. She's eating dates.
You want one?
No, I have one of these things in my mouth right now. Okay. So, Dolphins are beating the Jets, by the way.
Oh?
Dolphins are beating the Jets.
Oh, is Kevin mad?
He's at the game.
Yeah.
He would be happy because he's a Dolphins fan.
Oh, I understood that the Jets, and I thought that's silly, but
No, yeah.
I went along with it.
That's silly. Give Darnold the Baker size per year is a decent idea. Yeah, that's a decent idea. That is. Don't try to lock him up and give him this bag, throw all this money at him. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. PFA says Scantor. PFA says SG. Oh, the lovely and talented PFA she is. She's both. She's certainly both. Kendra Miller scored a touchdown. Oh, on his return. Look at that. So Kay wanted some hope going forward. I had to show her a compilation of Jets drafting. Tell her, by the way, Speed's a poet, that there is hope on the horizon. I am optimistic. Honestly, I'm optimistic. I think this team has a good young roster. There was, Ian Rappaport came out today and was talking about, the Jets are going to be looking for a quarterback in the draft. Oh, okay, maybe. I don't think this is the year unless they have like a top 5 pick. I don't know that this is the year that they would draft a quarterback in the first round. Of course, somebody could always slip. But the main thing right now is the coaching staff and the fact that Woody Johnson has brought in the 33rd team to help with that search. I think that's a good idea. So I'm cautiously optimistic. We've been in this position before as Jet fans. And that's when Parcells came and saved everything. Made them viable again. I think Vrabel could do the same thing. So there's Mike Vrabel. Pete Carroll's another name. I would want Vrabel. I told you guys I want Brian Dable, but I don't know what's going to happen with that situation. I think he's going to be gone. But I would welcome Brian Dable with open arms. I think he's a hell of a coach. But Mike Vrabel will be at the top of my list right now. The problem I have with Pete Carroll, I would be happy with Pete Carroll. He would probably be third behind Dable. Dable would actually be my first, honestly. But I think Vrabel's probably safer because there is still a chance that Dable might not be a good head coach, and maybe I'm just seeing things through weird colored glasses, paisley colored glasses. But there is a chance that the problem that I have with Pete Carroll is he would not be. I want this next coach to be like a 20-year guy. And you can't get that with Pete Carroll. You would get 4 years, 5 tops, because of his age. That's the only issue that I would have with Pete Carroll. Other than that, I think he would be a fine option. I got to check something out because PFA just went outside and the dogs are being maniacs. Oh, this is stupid friggin'. Okay. Oh, all right. She just came in. Yeah, God forbid, right? So there goes Rodgers. He's back to pass. He's got his eyes downfield. Look at that. He moved around the pocket nicely and got the ball off to Garrett Wilson. He catches that for a first down, gets pushed out of bounds. Here's another thing with Rodgers. Bill Belichick was asked about Aaron Rodgers, and he said he had a very nice, he had a very interesting response. He said he can still has a quick release, still fires the ball off, still pretty accurate. He just said accurate. He said fires the ball off quickly and accurately. And although he's lost something in terms of his movement, he can still move around a little bit. And he was basically pointing within the organization because he was asked what is the issue with Rodgers, and he was basically saying, well, it's an we don't know what's going on within, like, behind closed doors, essentially. I think they have a terrible, terrible, terrible coaching problem that they've had for years. And Rodgers was supposed to mask that. He can't, especially at his advanced age. So using him as a stopgap right now would be a wise move. I can't today. This I'm gonna lose my mind today. I swear to God. Using him as a stopgap would be awesome. Because maybe he's still. Oh my God, Braylon Allen just dropped the ball. Because maybe he can still play. I know that there was. He had that injury problem. We have to take that into account. He's got this advanced age, and he had that injury problem. And also the coaching. So you could see a different Aaron Rodgers next year. I don't know. I wouldn't put my faith in it. But as a stopgap, you can do a hell of a lot worse. I'm fine keeping him if they're bringing in a young quarterback. Totally fine keeping him if they're bringing in a young quarterback. 3rd and 9 coming up. Rodgers working out of the shotgun. And is there going to be a false start? Yeah. False start, of course. Again, that's on the coaching. All these penalties, that's on the coaching. Terrible. Lorraine says SG, yes. She's making her voice heard already. Samuel Miller says now Woody Johnson's going to hide in England as ambassador. Is he going to be the ambassador again? I haven't heard anything about that. I don't think he wants to leave the team again. But maybe he is. Maybe he has. So maybe he's already decided. I don't know that. 3rd and 14. But again, this is on coaching. Saleh was a nightmare. We knew Saleh was bad. We knew Saleh was bad early on. Most Jet fans knew Saleh was bad early on. And the supposed impulsive owner held on to him. Held on to the general manager. Gave them a fair shot. But this is on coaching. This turns into a 3rd and 14. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second. There's going to be a delay game. No, it's not. Oh my God. Throws over the middle. And that was Conklin. It's still short of the first down. His coaching staff does not have a clue. They're going to keep the offense out there, though. Jimmy England with a tour says, was it a butt fumble? Probably. I'm going to say probably. You're a genius, Jimmy, for making me say that. Jimmy England's up to $61, by the way. $61. And Rodgers on 4th and 4, going for the 4th down. Dan Campbell in this thing. 4th and 4. I have some thoughts on the Lions, too, by the way. Rodgers over the middle to Garrett Wilson. Look at that. You see how quickly he released that ball? Garrett Wilson's inside the 20, down to the 6-yard line. Where was that all year? Where was that all year? Where was that all year? Come on. UK ambassador is pretty much something for a good donor. You just show up, use the right fork, and don't lead a toast to the Stuart monarchy at the state dinners. There you go, Pepe. There you go. You can still manage the team from there, right? I would assume so. I would assume he can manage the team from there. Does Lorraine speak? I remember you saying she's a parrot. She says certain things. She says hello. She sings. Oh, it's the Jets ball, by the way. A little disheveled today. There we go. She says a couple things. She sings, I left my heart in San Francisco. But, yeah. So, thoughts on the Lions, Takedo says. Dan Campbell needs to reel this in, this whole fourth down thing, because he could have easily given that game away. Just like he did last year where he cost his team seeding in the playoffs and then cost his team in the NFC Championship, in my opinion. Could have played for the lead. You probably could have won that game. If you would have played to hold that lead, you would have just been conservative. I think you not given San Francisco opportunities. I believe you could have won that game, went to the Super Bowl. He's already showing signs of over-aggressiveness as we get late into the season. And that last play, when you look at it, Goff stumbled. That could have turned into a disaster. Here you are, opportunity to go up. Opposing team has no timeouts at 40-some-odd seconds. You're deciding to go for it. Deep in their own territory, where that's a chip shot field goal. You decide to go for it. If Goff fumbles that ball, Green Bay could have scooped it up, ran it to the 50, ran it in for a touchdown maybe. But now you just gave them a golden opportunity to win the game. He needs to clean that up because you cannot do this in the playoffs. You can't continue getting away with this. And I thought at the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, Dan Campbell's gotten a little more conservative. But now as we're getting closer to playoff time, it seems like he's losing his mind, more so than he ever has. So, Lions fans, if I'm a Lions fan, I would be majorly concerned that this guy, who, look, I love him. He's a fiery guy. He's fun to watch. Definitely makes the games interesting, but I would be majorly concerned that he is going to cost you in the playoffs with this over-aggressiveness. He needs to reel this in, and I don't know that he's going to. I don't think he's going to. I mean, if you're playing with a lead or you have an opportunity to take points with 40-something seconds left, other team has no timeouts, you take that. Because then what? Okay, so let's say you don't get that. You turn the ball over there. Green Bay doesn't kick the field goal. Now you have to go into overtime. Maybe they win the coin toss. You're giving them opportunities to win. You're going to cost yourself seeding. You want that bye week. Not that it guarantees you anything. Look at this. What the hell? Where was this team all year? I knew this. This is fine. I'm happy with this. Okay? Isaiah Davis. I like Isaiah Davis, by the way. Big Isaiah Davis fan. But where was it all year? The thing you can hope for is stuff like this. Like these young guys can showcase their talent and Rodgers can look good. And then you can take that away into next year, maybe. 9-9, just looking to take the lead. 10-9. So let's say, for argument's sake, so now a number of things can happen with the Jets this year. They could win out, which whenever I have my hopes for that happening, something terrible happens. But they could win out and sneak into the playoffs. Okay, fine. We're at the point where now I believe any lingering feelings Rodgers may have had regarding that injury might start to be on the back burner. He's moving better. He was very stiff at the beginning of the year, with the exception of the Patriot game. Didn't move. Now you're seeing him navigate the pocket a little more. I think he's finding more faith in that offensive line. And there are things that we don't consider, right? Like that was a kind of a new offensive unit that was put together, offensive line. Rodgers never played with them before. You get a feel for each other. If you don't trust them, you're going to play differently than if you do trust them. Rodgers always trusted his left tackle in Green Bay. So maybe he was a little iffy planting his foot, didn't trust the offensive line. So that's why I'm saying keeping him going into next year makes sense, because you'll still have the same roster. Still have Devontae Adams. And you have Jordan Travis. You could see what you have in him. It could be an interesting situation going into next year. I don't know. I don't know that I would look at them as a Super Bowl contender. I definitely wouldn't look at them as a Super Bowl, depending on the coach, right? I mean, the coaching hire is going to tell us everything we need to know. But like, you get a guy like Vrabel, and you have. I'm talking about this assuming Vrabel becomes the head coach, because I think that's what's going to happen. You have him there with a coach like Vrabel. I think you can get a lot out of that. And then from there, you kind of replace the quarterback as needed, whenever Rodgers decides to walk. But this isn't as dire a situation as I think people are making it out to be. It's strictly a coaching issue, and an issue of you have a 40-something-year-old a 40-year-old quarterback. He's 41 now since last week, who was coming off a major injury, new offensive line. Let's see. But I don't think this is as dire a situation as people are making it out to be. The coaching hire is going to be the big thing. And the GM hire, of course. But if it's Vrabel, I think you kind of nonchalantly say, hey, Mike, who do you want to be your GM? Okay, we'll do that. That's what I would do. Oh, my God, Red X Powers here talking about Hall of Famers. Red X Powers, an IDF Hall of Famer. And HN gets about a yard. Win out and still miss the playoffs. You could do that too. You could win out and still miss the playoffs. But if you win out and miss the playoffs, then there are takeaways. You can look at it and say, well, I guarantee that would be the narrative. Rodgers didn't feel comfortable in the beginning of the season because of the offensive line, because of the injury. And the coaching was bad. That's going to be the narrative, and that's a fair narrative. I mean, Saleh wasn't a good head coach. You can argue he might not even be a good defensive coordinator. But at least as defensive coordinator, if you have a good roster, that's all you have to worry about is the defensive side of the ball. But he's not a CEO type that they thought he was. Tyreek Hill gets about an 8-yard gain. He's not the CEO type that people thought he was. Vrabel is, but not Saleh. And think about it. Had let's say Rodgers wasn't available. He was going to stay in Green Bay. Let's just say Jordan Love wasn't good. Okay, let's look at that scenario. What would have happened with Saleh and Douglas if there was no Rodgers as the savior? He's coming in. There's a good chance they were both gone before last year. There's a good chance they both could have been gone before the start of last year, because what do you have at that point? Derek Carr? I mean, they might have. Tua, nice pass to Tyreek. So, I think there was a chance they could have been gone. Maybe you signed Derek Carr. I know Derek Carr wanted to come and play for Saleh. Maybe you can talk Woody into keeping you. Say, look, we're going to bring Derek Carr in. Derek Carr's put up numbers before. All we need is a quarterback that can be halfway decent, and we'll be fine. Look what we did with no quarterback. And you probably could have sold that to Woody, but you would have been in the same position as you are right now. Maybe last year with Derek Carr, the Jets could have made a little bit of a run. I don't know. I mean, tush push for the Eagles. They take a 7-3 win over Carolina. But the whole thing was, you're bringing Rodgers here to save the franchise. The coaching was irrelevant. The first mistake they made as an organization, by the way, was getting rid of Mike LaFleur. Because Mike LaFleur, I thought, was a hell of an offensive coordinator. I thought he did a great job as an offensive coordinator. They got rid of him, and I was just like, okay, there's got to be a scapegoat because the team didn't look good, so you're using him as a scapegoat. And then that's when the whole Rodgers plan, right, like that was the beginning of the Rodgers plan. We get rid of him, we bring in Nathaniel Hackett, that's going to lure Rodgers here. That's going to fix everything. So that's what they were hoping, was Rodgers is going to come and save everyone. And it didn't work out. So now GM's gone, coach is gone, you got to bring in somebody else. Hassan Reddick with a nice tackle. But I mean, look, this defense under Mike Vrabel, like Hassan Reddick, Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, Quinnen Williams, that's just on the defensive line. You got Jamie and Sherwood, he's the good linebacker. Quincy Williams, I think it's a hell of a linebacker. DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner. Could Vrabel get more out of these guys? I think so. I think Vrabel is smarter than Robert Saleh in terms of motivating guys and running the team. He would be a disciplinarian, not, hey, I'm going to be your friend. Could you imagine Mike? You think Mike Vrabel's going to run over to Aaron Rodgers after a touchdown and Aaron Rodgers is going to push him away? No, Mike Vrabel would punch him in the face. He would suplex him on the field and be like, now you're sitting down. Now you're sitting down. Get away from me. I'm going to rip your mustache off. That's what Mike Vrabel would do. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want someone to rip Aaron Rodgers' mustache off. No, I don't want that to happen, but I want that type of mentality in my head coach. So I'm excited. I mean, look, I'm excited. You all need a coach that can establish what are the Jets, the team that doesn't have an identity. Yes. Yes, look, when Parcells came here, I don't know if anybody remembers this. I tried to find a picture of it, but I couldn't. But one of the first things he did was he printed up T-shirts that said, "Who says we can't?" Right away, as Jet fans, we were like, oh, think about it. You're a team that's a joke, and now you have this guy come in and be like, we're not a joke. No. And you have confidence in him. You know he doesn't F around. When Mike Vrabel got fired, how many of us were like, what? Mike Vrabel's available? That's crazy. That's weird. So that's the guy you go after. I don't want to hear Arthur Smith. I don't even know if there's any legs to that. But, I don't want to hear these names, Ben Johnson. Great, Ben Johnson. Okay. It's nonsense. This whole Arthur Smith thing is nonsensical. People are going to create stories. They want people to read these articles and talk about them. And I fall for the bait all the time, hook, line, and sinker. But it's kind of like that story where they're saying Kyle Shanahan getting traded to the Bears. Pro Football Focus, I think, was the one that here's a scenario. Should the Bears trade for Kyle Shanahan? I don't know if I said Kyle Shanahan. Should the Bears trade for Kyle Shanahan? And it's like, what? Okay. Oh, yeah, it makes sense for the Bears. Are the Niners going to do it? The only way that could work is if Shanahan tells the Niners, I don't want to coach for you anymore. And now the Niners are like, all right. And then the Bears are like, hey, we're going to give you 2 first-rounders for Kyle Shanahan. I mean, that's when it works, but does Kyle Shanahan have any why would he do that? Because Caleb Williams is there? Hi, what's going on? PFA's here. She's right there. I promise. Are you okay?
How was the mint? Yeah, I'm just
tired. The mint was good.
I had a pretty rough workout.
Did you?
Do your play-by-play.
Oh, flag on the play. How was that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
But now look, they're fighting.
Look, they're fighting. No, he's yelling at him. Yeah, they're fighting. She thought. No, nobody's going to throw a punch.
That's how you know I'm from the hood.
She thought Mike McDaniel was about to throw a punch. That doesn't happen. No, they're always yelling.
Will they get fined?
High stakes. If he throws a punch, he'll probably get fined and suspended. Yeah, and arrested. I mean, you're not allowed to. I don't think you could. It goes like the law doesn't like it. It's not just right. The NFL. Rashad White has 6 rushes for 3. Oh, you want to do play-by-play? Come on, do play-by-play. You can see it from there.
Okay, so the white team is. Oh, the other ones are in their stance, and the white team threw it to the other guy in the white, and then they knocked them down.
Hey, good. I like how you highlighted that the other team was in their stance. That really. She gives you guys everything you need to know. Because they might be like, whoa, wait, what's going on with the other team? You're just talking about the white team. No, they're in their stance. They're ready. Good job. I like it. You want to do another one?
There's a D in his name.
Yeah, it's Rogers. How do you spell Roger? R-O-D-G-E-R.
Roger?
Yeah. You just said the D right there. Roger.
Roger?
Yeah.
My cousin Roger's name is just with a G. No D. And your brother-in-law
yeah, but
is also just a G.
Christian is also spelled without an H. White folk they add letters in there. We like to add letters. Like, I don't know, but Richie, like Richie Valens was a T, right? R-I-T-C-H-I-E? Richie Valens.
Why would we do that? That sounds ridiculous.
I thought Richie Valens. I'm going to look up Richie Valens.
Just throw in stuff. Hold on.
Hold on. We don't even have a K. I swear to God, Richie Valens is spelled R-I-T-C-H-I-E. Valens, yeah.
That's stupid.
Oh, I mean, talk to his parents. Jason Sanders is coming out. He's going to look to...
he's going to kick the ball through the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
The goal post. And he kicks it, and I can't tell if he
Oh, it's good. Oh, you should, yeah, he made it. It's good.
I think the angle is wrong on that.
The angle is good.
The angle is wrong. What I'm not the kick.
Oh, the angle of the television or the camera?
Because I can't tell. It's like they can tell me that it made it, but I'm not sure.
You
if
have
they
to,
had it from the side, then I could tell.
You have to call the NFL and yell at them and get into a fight with them, like Mike McDaniel almost did. That's what you're going to do right now? You're off to write your email to the NFL?
How do you like your mint?
Roger Goodell's going to look at his phone right now and be like, oh, I have an email. Let's see.
What's his name?
Roger Goodell.
All right, there we go. Goodell at NFL.com.
Goodell at NFL.com. What are you going to...
Wait, what's his name?
Roger. Oh, does he have a G? Let's see.
Roger Goodell?
Yeah, I want to see if his name...
A D, you mean.
I want to see if he has a D in his name.
Is R Goodell at NFL.com.
He only is ROGER. Roger. Yeah, you're right. So there's no D. Right, yeah. R Goodell at NFL.com.
And if it doesn't work, I'm going to try R. Goodell.
R. Goodell. Yeah, try all. Just Goodell you could do. But what are you, what's the title of the email going to be?
I forgot what I was mad at.
The
angle.
Angles?
The angle of the TV.
Well, what's the title of the email going to be? Because it's got to get his attention.
The subject line.
Yeah, the subject line.
We'll have to think about it.
Okay. When you find out, let me know. Because
it's probably going to be something like, how dare you?
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, that'll get his attention.
That'll get his attention. He's going to be like, oh, PFA sighting. That's right.
Come on, guys.
Oh, Bubba comes in with a tenner and says, glass breaks. The Jets franchise is sadistic. Did you hear Lorraine? She just said hello. Giving a barely mentally stable diehard fan hope. What happened?
She lunged at me and she's on the floor now.
Oh my God, Lorraine's on the floor. Hold on. Good God. Lorraine, what is happening? Where are you? Get over here.
She lunged at me and fell. No, from the armrest. I walked by, and she lunged at me. And she ended up on the floor and then started chasing me down. She was right here. She was at the top here, and I go, hi, Lorraine. She just lunged. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Crazy. Place. It's a madhouse. A madhouse. That's from Planet of the Apes, if you've never seen it. Anyway, glass breaks. The Jets franchise is sadistic, giving a barely mentally stable diehard fan hope that they might win a game. Yes, you're correct about that. And show signs of a competent team. Pull the ball away like Lucy. Yes, Bobby, you are absolutely correct. They are sadistic. They give me hope, and I fall for it all the time. Because it's like, imagine you have a kid who just doesn't do anything right, and then one day you're like, oh, he just scored. He got an A on his math test. Look at that. You got an A. This is going to turn everything around, and then you're all happy, and you're waiting for the next results of the next math test. And you're like, it's definitely going to be an A. You're telling all your friends at work. He comes home, and it's an F. And you're like, what happened? That's the way it goes. Oh, like Jeremy Ruckert. Arthur Smith just said, I'm not taking that job. Jeremy Ruckert can't pass a football. He can't catch a football. I don't know if he could. He might be able to pass. Where is Bubba? Bubba is also Bubba's at 120 now. Hold on a second. Bubba might be in the title picture. Oh, look at that. Bubba and Red X Power. We've seen them battle before. There's your top 5 donation contenders, by the way. Red X Power 124, Russell 129, Carter Ferris 160, Falk Dismas 167, Melissa Klein 225. These guys were back and forth last year for all the titles. And then Bubba even named a title. So what happened with Lorraine? Lorraine was on the couch, which is next to her cage, and PFA walked by, and apparently Lorraine lunged at her to get her attention, and she fell off the couch and landed she won't fall hard. She like flaps her wings and lands softly, but then she was running around the house and PFA gets scared because she tries to go after your feet. I am not scared. She knows I'm not scared. So I had to pick her up and put her back. Get her back on her cage. So then you learned it was graded on the curve. Yeah, that's exactly it. You're like, oh, that test was graded on. You didn't tell me that. Yeah, and you cheated off somebody. You didn't tell me that either. I just told all my buddies at work that you're smart. Get away from me. Don't hire Arthur Smith, please. 2nd and 20, penalties for the Jets. Oh, the evil Hans Gruber, yes. You seem to know him. I don't know who he is. You know, I went to take my car to get it serviced the other day, and I had to wait 2 hours, and I decided to pull up Die Hard on my phone, and I just started watching it. I put the volume up and everything because I was like, who's going to get mad at that? Rodgers gets sacked. And there's a flag. It's probably going to be on the Jets. Let's see. Rodgers is talking to the refs. Jonathan Brooks got hurt. Oh. Holding. Oh, on the defense. Oh, yes. Here we go. Here we go. Evil Hans Gruber. He is crazy. Bubba says, to renew the rivalry, to pull ahead by 21 cents, your move, Red X. Bubba is now the number 5 contender. Look at that, back in the title picture. At long last. Bubba, you know, when you're in the title picture, your powers are I'm going to grant you this season that your powers work when you're in the title picture. How's that? How's that? You can provide immunity to people because you have tenure here. Back to passes, Rodgers. I was going to say, Bubba, to wide open Devontae Adams, and it's down to the 40. God, I wish this game meant something. Oh, God, I wish it meant something. But we have to find, I have to change the screen here. Hold on. Hold on. So Bubba has immunity powers again, once again, at long last. Look at that. So Bubba's at 125. Bubba 1171. Handoff to Braylon Allen, who gets about a 5-yard gain. Not game. Oh, Lorraine is chattering away. She's chattering away. We got halftime coming up soon. Oh, boy. So let us see. Okay. Another thing I wanted to mention is Sauce Gardner. I think with Vrabel, with real coaching, Sauce Gardner would pop again. And Bubba, there you are. Oh, look at that. His name's right there, right on the screen. Pass out to Devontae Adams. He gets a first down. He's across the 30 down to about the 26. Excellent. Welcome back, Bubba. So, Sam Darnold fumble. They told you Sam Darnold is going to Darnold. He's going to Darnold all over the place. 12-10 game. I can't believe this. Lorraine. Yes. What's up, Tom? Bubba. 125. I'm just writing it here on my little screen. Yeah, she is talkative today. She is talkative today. 2:28 left in the second quarter. Well, this is turning out to be a nice stream, even though it started out very horribly with nothing working. It wasn't a fumble, says Takeda. Oh, well, all right. And Isaiah Davis gets about a gain of 1 on that. Let me close that door because it's loud. Oh my God, I've gotten up so many times today. Okay, Lorraine. There we go. All right. So now, I'm back again. You guys have seen Lord Chair quite a bit today. Lord Chair is very active today. What's going on in the short stream? I haven't even looked over there. Circle, triangle, square says facts. Oh, and there is Warhood. Says we went in right, Jets fans. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Jets fans, unite. Let's win this game and screw up our draft position. I mean, you're not guaranteed anything in the draft anyway. Beating the Dolphins would just be fun. Hurting their chances of making the playoffs would just be fun. Wedges of vegan cheese, says Connor McKay. What's going on, Connor? I love that Lorraine just wants to be included. Shadow Viper, what's going on? Yeah, she does. She wants to be included. Let me see what Speeds of Poet said here. The Jets also desperately need a good GM. One of the biggest issues with the Jets, they ranked 31st in total snaps played from draft picks for the team since 2011. Heard that stat a few days ago. Yeah, well, we had the Mike McCagnon experiment, and his draft picks were horrible. Got Quinnen from him, but his draft picks were not very good. Joe Douglas's picks were good. And Joe Douglas missed on two of the key positions, though, quarterback and left tackle. He also missed on a couple of wide receivers, Elijah Moore and Denzel Mims. What Joe Douglas should have done, what I would have done if I was GM, was I would have went after Creed Humphrey with that Denzel Mims pick. Like, you should have shored up the offensive line with youth, just invigorated youth. And look, you could argue, I was in the camp that you see what you can get for that second overall pick and maybe hold on to Darnold and see, maybe if you can protect him and you can get a lot of weapons or something, maybe you can get something out of him. But I was higher on Justin Fields than I was on Zach Wilson. Not that either of them, not any quarterback in that draft has really panned out, honestly, any of those first rounders. But still, Will Levis is hurt now. Oh, God. Don't worry, the Jets are going to draft Jackson Dart. He'll lead them to the promised land. All right, Warhead, I'm going to hold you to that. As long as anybody can lead us to the promised land, I'll be happy. Yeah, they do need a good GM. I do think the coach is the more important part, though. If you have a coach, I would give Variable the power to bring in a GM he wants that he can work with so they can coordinate together. I like that. I like that idea that they're both on the same page and it's like, all right, Mike, tell me what you need, tell me what you want, and then they kind of just work hand in hand. That's the route I think they should go. Is about a 4-yard pass to Devontae Adams. I got 3rd and 6 coming up. Yes, Jet fans root for the win, says Takedo Luna. We need, for us to actually tank, there are a lot of bad teams that have to win, and I just don't see it happening. Like, the Giants have to win. Carolina's beating Philly right now. But Jacksonville has to win. These are bad teams. Cleveland has to win. Vegas has to win. We need those teams to win games, and that's not great. I don't know that the Jets are any better than the Jets are better than the Giants, I'd say. Better than Vegas. I think we'll find out if they're better than Jacksonville. They have to play Jacksonville. I don't know if they're better than Cleveland. I don't even know if they're better than Carolina right now, honestly. Giants might win. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't know that I have faith in those teams to win games. So I'm just letting the season play out, how it plays out. If we were in a position where it's like you lose out, you're getting the number 1 draft pick. If we were there right now, where it's like we are pretty much in control of that, where 2 wins would take us out of that, I would be much more on the page of, yeah, let's tank. But I don't think this roster is good enough to fully tank. I think they can squeak out another couple of wins, and on the high end, I think you're looking at maybe a top 10 pick. Like between 5 and 10. I think that's pretty much where you're falling, between 5 and 10. I think that's fine. I think that's still pretty inviting for a new head coach. You come into a team that's got some young talent, you're like, okay, and we have a top 10 pick. That's pretty cool. I mean, if there's a quarterback that you like that much, you could trade up for him. You know, maybe. Weird things happen in drafts. I mean, like, and this draft should be pretty good. Devontae Adams with a first down. This draft has a lot of talent, too. I don't love the quarterbacks in this draft, though. I got to be honest. I mean, that dude from Penn State, I can't even remember his name, but give me him. The effing throw he made last night I was like, oh, that's what I want in a Jets uniform. Some dude that's like 6'5", 240 who can make Josh Allen throws. That's exactly what I want. Red X Power comes in with a $5 and says, pray for my fantasy team. Now he's back in the title picture. Look at that. Red X Power just took it back from Bubba. As Braylon Allen gets down to the 8. Where is Red X on here? He's up to 134.77 now. So Red X Power is now the number 4 contender with that. Jeff Ulbrich. Jeff Ulbrich, 134.77. Red X Power is back on the title screen. Well, the contender screen. I've typed in Red Sea Power. That's not your name. Oh, God help me. I can't type. I did it again. All right. Braylon Allen gets about 2 yards. We got a 2nd and 3 coming up. If this is a close game, though, like I don't see the Jets coming out ahead. I don't. I think with the penalties and whatnot, and again, that's on coaching. Penalties and whatnot, I don't think they're disciplined enough to win those close games. And there he is. Red X Power is the number 4 contender now. Russell's the number 5 contender, 129.97. He is a Bills fan, by the way. Bills fan. Oh, you see, look, penalty, Jets. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The penalties are just aplenty. Locos said he might actually make the playoffs in the inaugural Pro Football Demon Dynasty League. Philip Quinn, Drew Alar. Is it Alar or Alar? I don't know, but that's who I want. Give me him. I haven't even really looked at, I look at mock drafts and whatnot, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I watch these college games and really analyze them. Loco does that. I asked Loco a lot of questions about that stuff. I'm like, Loco, what do you think about this guy? And he gives me, Loco, what do you think about Drew Alar? Allies. We're going to call him Drew Allies. We're going to call him Drew Allen. We're going to call him Drew Allen is a TikToker, by the way. We're call him Josh Allen. Drew Allen is a Kansas City fan, from what I remember. Philip Quinn, we got to show your title. Hold on. Where is your title? Our multiversal champion has arrived, and he is so important that his title can cover scores. That's how important he is. All the champions are important. Every single one of you are important. 3rd and 9, Aaron Rodgers takes the snap. Surprisingly, there's not a flag. He gets flushed out of the pocket. He throws to the end zone, and that is bounced. That was intended for Isaiah Davis. I don't think he brought it in. Phil Judge looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. There's a flag. I'm sure that's going to be on the Jets. Well, that might be a flag on the Dolphins. Oh my God, Red X has time to donate $1,000. Red X is getting crazy. Oh, my Lord. He's all right, says Loco. Okay. All right. Is anyone ready for Christmas yet? Kathy Menard, do you not see the decorations? Look at that. I've been ready. How does this answer your question? You want to talk about Christmas? Huh? Look at that. The Jester hat's back, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready for Christmas. I've always been ready for Christmas. Christmas it only comes once a year. I don't know if you guys know that. So I get very excited when it's right around the corner. So they're going to say this isn't a flag. I'm going to put illegal touching by the offense. Oh, anyway, you can just penalize the Jets. It's awesome. Anyway. Oh, good God. Landon comes in and says, look, guys, he's dressing up as the Jets. Landon. Excellent. Oh, God, I love it. I love it. Anders Carlson comes in. He's number 18. I'm glad that we have Anders Carlson. He kind of looks like the clown from It, Bill Skarsgård. Yeah. He's kind of got that look to him. So I'm down with that. I am down with that. Rich, I'm obsessed with college ball even more than pro. Drew has a lot of potential, but wouldn't say he is very refined right now. Yeah, I'm okay with that, though. Because you know who was refined? Josh Rosen. They were like, he's the most NFL-ready quarterback you're going to find. He's not ready for the NFL now, is he? And the Jets will take the lead. Yes, 13-12. Oh, excellent. I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Okay. Look, Josh Allen wasn't refined. Lamar Jackson wasn't refined. Give me one of these guys that can that have physical tools and are big like that. I think you can, with the right coaching, I think you can get a lot out of them. So I'd be down with that. I would be down with that. I would totally be down with that. I mean, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to see what the future holds for this team because it can't get worse. The only way it can get worse is if you bring in Arthur Smith, I think. Then maybe it'll get worse. It's like you're doing the same thing. This is Adam Gase all over again. I don't want Peyton Manning to touch the phone and call anybody in the Jets organization and say, you know who you should hire? No. We'll let the 33rd team do that. Mike Tannenbaum. Mike Tannenbaum, by the way, as a GM, he put together a hell of a roster. So people were like, oh, Tannenbaum's going to help you with the coach and GM search. Bah. I'm like, Tannenbaum's actually a pretty smart guy. He was more of a numbers guy. He wasn't. I don't want another GM that's more of a numbers guy. I want more of a scout as a GM. But Tannenbaum did hit a lot of draft picks though, so I cannot snub him. McCagnon was terrible. I hated him. YouTube doesn't even let you donate $1,000. Yeah. YouTube is like, no, that's too much. That's crazy. Jets hire Eberflus, and it can get worse. Yeah, but they're not going to do that. They can't do that. You can't take another one of these guys that got fired because of incompetency. Vrabel didn't get fired because of that. Vrabel didn't leave Tennessee because of that. Vrabel didn't like what happened with the A.J. Brown deal. He didn't want to get rid of A.J. Brown. Vrabel had good reasons for saying, you know what? I'm out of here. I don't think he wanted Will Levis. That's why when he was asked about being a Jets coach, he said, I'm open to it. We have to see what the GM search looks like first, though. Or, we have to figure out the GM situation. Because he wants to work with a GM that will work with him, not just say, well, I'm the GM, this is what I want to do, and you just coach. And to be fair, I think Vrabel has earned that as a coach. So I would give that to him. I would say, look, you're an integral part to this team's future success. We want to bring in a guy that you are comfortable with. So let's talk about it. That's the way I would approach it. And then bring him in and see what they do. Dude says, bah humbug. Dude, what's going on? Why is my voice like that? Green Lobster Monster says Aaron Rodgers is the Jets GM. No, he's not. That's a falsehood. What this GM did, or the former GM, what he did was say, oh, let's figure out how to get Rodgers here. Let's bring in Alan Lazard, and let's bring in Randall Cobb, and let's bring in stupid Nathaniel Hackett. That'll get him here, and it worked. But Rodgers, everybody made it seem like, everybody in the media, so this isn't your fault, but everybody in the media made it sound like, Rodgers is making demands. He's saying, you do this right now, Joe Douglas, and that's what they did. No, that's not what happened. Crazy. That's craziness. Julian Edelman's in a commercial. Mike Vrabel sadly going to Cincinnati. I would take Zach Taylor. If Cincinnati gets rid of Zach Taylor, which I think would be a mistake, I would be happy with Zach Taylor. That's the thing, is I think there are coaches that could lose their jobs that probably shouldn't. I don't know the job. I mean, people are reading into this Joe Burrow thing, thinking Joe Burrow is fed up with Zach Taylor because of his body language. I don't know that it's that. I think Joe Burrow's fed up with his defense. I think Joe Burrow is fed up with going out there and playing his ass off and having nothing to show for it. I don't know that it's a Zach Taylor thing. I think Zach Taylor's a good coach. I think if Cleveland gets rid of, oh my God, his name's escaping me now. I can't remember Cleveland head coach's name. I want to kick myself in the face. I remember exactly what he looks like. I can't remember his name. But Cleveland's head coach, my God, I know it starts with an S. What the hell? Connor McKay says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. But if Cleveland loses their head coach, I would be happy with him. Vrabel is my first choice. It was Dable, but I've pivoted to Vrabel just because he's had actual success as a head coach. So I think that's the safer pick. But Dable, I'd be happy with Dable. I'd be happy with Zach Taylor since he got rid of him. Still Kevin Stefanski. There you go. Thank you, dude. Dude, you just made up for saying bah humbug. Kathy says, why, dude? Why bah humbug? He's a Philly fan. They're just tough and angry all the time. Don't mess with them. So that's where we are. I think we're keeping Taylor. Yeah, I think so too, Scantor. I don't think you're getting rid of Zach Taylor. I don't think Joe Burrow. Do you think Joe Burrow has an issue with Zach Taylor? Samuel Miller was here before. He's also a Bengals fan. But what do you think, Samuel? I want the Bengals fan base to feed me with their thoughts. Michael says, now like there can be any more hype behind the Cowboys, but them hiring primetime may do it. Not like there can be any more hype behind the Cowboys, but them hiring primetime may do it. Yeah, that would do it. That would be interesting. I don't know that that'll work. Well, I mean, I don't know that they'll actually hire. Maybe. I mean, I don't know that Dion would want to go there, is I guess the thing. I think Jerry would be happy to hire Dion, but I don't know that he would go there. But I don't know that they're going to get rid of Mike McCarthy, to be honest. You have the ultimate yes man. Tua has given him his stamp of approval. Not Tua, Dak has given him his stamp of approval. And they're stuck with Dak for the foreseeable future. And they're getting passes off to Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They are not at the 50 yet. They're at their own 45. Miami has no timeouts left, 19 seconds left. If Burrow had a problem with Taylor, we'd have heard him say something. He's very upfront kind of man. Yeah, I think people are reading into his body language and trying to create stories. They do that. And you must be familiar with that, Scantor, as a Bengals fan. I'm familiar with that as a Jets fan. Dion's following Shador to the Raiders, says Spiza Poet. That would be interesting. That I could see. I could see that more so than the Cowboys situation. Because the Cowboys would have to trade up. The Cowboys still might make the playoffs. And, of course, Miami is in field goal range now. And they're going to get to the line, and they're going to be able to spike this. And they're going to take the lead going into halftime, perhaps. Samuel Miller says, I think Joe Burrow does. I don't know what you mean. I think you might have left a word out there. Oh, you think he does like Zach Taylor? Burrow likes Zach Taylor. Okay. You think he likes Zach Taylor? Yeah, I think so too. they've had success together. It's a defense thing. I mean, you're looking at Burrows. Then nothing about that offense is not working. It's the defense, strictly the defense. And for people to create a different narrative around that there's this friction between Burrow and Zach Taylor, I think that's nonsense. That's what the media does, though. They try to create these stories, so we talk about them, and we do. Connor McKay saying, Merry Christmas again. He's in the Christmas spirit. Merry Christmas to you, Connor. Oh, I know all about wonky keyboards. I'm the cause of it, but I blame my keyboard for its wonkiness sometimes. So this is going to be how long is this attempt? 57 for Sanders in the beautiful Miami weather. 6 seconds left. No wind to speak of. And he is going to drill it. And Miami will take the lead with 2 seconds left. 57-yard field goal. Hey, look, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Look, if Miami wins, I'm okay with Miami winning. Fine. I would rather them not win, but if they win, whatever. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I saw a video where this is dude with a fiver. So they saw a video where Ben Johnson has basically told the Cowboys, I am not going anywhere near there. You would like to have a hands-off owner. Yeah, I think a lot of guys want a hands-off owner. And to be fair, most of the owners in the league are pretty hands-off. Jerry just, he's essentially the GM, right? Dude, I got to get your title up. I forgot to put your title up before, by the way. Where is your title? There it is, dude. I got it. I didn't misplace it. It's right there. There you go. But most owners are pretty hands off. People act like the Jets owner is Woody Johnson's hands on. He's not. He had to be. Now, I mean, look, you gave Joe Douglas 6 years. He hasn't gotten it done. And now you come in and you're like, oh, I'm going to start making some decisions and firing people, and making signings or whatever. And now everyone's like, oh, you see, Woody Johnson interferes. Like, but you know nothing. You know nothing. What do you mean Woody Johnson interfered? Like he let these guys play. How many GMs get as many chances as Joe Douglas had, by the way, with this team? Robert Saleh probably would have been fired anywhere else. But Woody kept him, and everybody tries to act like Woody is so hands-on. That's crazy. I'm turning the Ben Johnson thing into a Woody Johnson rant. Of course. Samuel Miller says Merry Christmas. Oh, I love it. It's only December 8th, and we're throwing Merry Christmases around like they're candy. Love it. Oh, man. Dude is up to 705, by the way. Baker's trying to do too much. What scores do we have on the screen, by the way? Let me see what the scores in the other games are. By the way, we are at half face, so I got to update that. Might as well just call it half face today because, I mean, whatever, right? Here we go. Half face. No. Yeah, half face. There we go. I'll call it half face. Why not? Scantor says, agreed. It's our defense. That's the problem. We have several high-scoring games that we still lose because our defense is made of wet toilet paper. Yeah, that's bad. The defense is bad. So what do we have in terms of the other games right now? Minnesota's winning 14-10 over Atlanta. The Saints are beating the Giants 7-3. Philly's beating Carolina 14-10. Tennessee over Jacksonville 3-0. That sounds like a barn burner. Tampa Bay up 14-0 over Vegas, and Pittsburgh's up 13-7 over Cleveland. So if the Jets lose this game, right now it's looking pretty good in terms of tankathon, except for the Carolina game. Oh, the Jacksonville game too. But I think Jacksonville can beat Tennessee. We'll see. But Dustin Hopkins shanks the 38-yarder. Oh, Samuel Miller says, in the early to mid-70s, the Jets were my favorite team before the Bengals when Joe Namath, John Riggins, and Emerson Bohr. It's funny because I tell everybody I probably would be a Bengals fan if I was not a Jets fan because of Boomer Esiason. So that's interesting. I have a friend that is, Boozer. Emerson Boozer. All right, I was like Emerson Bohr. I was racking my brain trying to figure out who that was. I was trying to play it off like, good old Emerson Bohr. He was good. He was great, Emerson Bohr. He was like a bear on It is half-faced. Glorious Yule. Yes, he's a poet. Is this the same words that said Joe Douglas wasn't a bad GM? I don't think Joe Douglas made bad moves in terms of the roster. I mean, he got 2 second-rounders for Sam Darnold, who lost his job in Carolina right after on the heels of that trade. Got 2 second-rounders and I think a 4th. I mean, that's that's a lot for Sam Darnold. But he botched left tackle with Mekhi Becton, and he botched quarterback. It's good. Those are the two of the biggest positions on the team, 2 of the most important positions. So it's going to be tough to find success when you do that. But in terms of his other draft picks, for the most part, they were pretty good. You know, receiver, other than Garrett Wilson, he did not have luck with receivers, but I think he did fairly well in terms of putting the roster together. It's hard when you don't have a quarterback. Did not do well in terms of bringing in a head coach and a coaching staff, though. And I've maintained that Joe Douglas botched that. So he botched the coaching staff, quarterback, and left tackle. Now, you can look at that and say, those are the signs of a bad GM, and I would say that's fair. But it's not like everything he did was terrible. But, I mean, he had 6 years and couldn't make the playoffs. I don't even think, no, they didn't have a winning season, if I'm remembering it correctly, in 6 years. But didn't make the playoffs. And, I mean, you have to own that. And if you're a GM and you've been a part of an organization for that long, and you don't have any stretch of success that you can point to, it's tough to say, yeah, let's keep that guy. Let's keep, I mean, look, he was in a situation where he came in, made the decision to move off Sam Darnold and go with Zach Wilson. Fine. I don't blame him for that. It's not, I don't know that Sam Darnold, I don't know that the team will be in any better position with Sam Darnold, especially considering the coaching that we had. I feel like Sam Darnold might even be out of the league if the Jets had held on to him. But again, shipped off Sam Darnold for a couple of second-round picks, But he had, how many GMs get this opportunity to bring in a new quarterback? A rookie. You draft a rookie. And then you bring in a veteran because the rookie didn't work out. And now that didn't work. Like, how many GMs get to do that? Draft a quarterback that goes south and then bring in a veteran. I mean, most of the time they're gone after that quarterback doesn't pan out. But he was, he was able to try to breathe new life into the team. So he had all the opportunities in the world, and it was just bad. It was just bad. But I don't think Joe Douglas, when I look at it, I don't think Joe Douglas was a terrible GM, but nothing we could point to that says he was a great GM either. Yeah, the Jamal Adams trade is good. Yeah, he completely fleeced the Seahawks on that Jamal Adams deal. Sam Darnold played great in Carolina. Sam Darnold had like a 4-game stretch where everybody was like, whoa, Sam Darnold looks awesome. And then once Christian McCaffrey got hurt, it was over. It was like, oh, Sam Darnold's terrible. So, anyway. But Darnold's out there right now with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. He's got a good offense. He's got Kevin O'Connell, I think, is a hell of a coach. And he's looking pretty good, Sam Darnold. He's still Sam Darnold, but he looks better than he did. He looks salvageable, at least. Sam Darnold looks like a guy who, I don't know that anybody is going to say we're going to put the fate of our franchise in his hands. But a team that has built a nice roster and thinks they can make a push, they'll take a chance on him at this point. Not going to give him a ton of money, But, be like a Ryan Fitzpatrick or something. Yeah, that could be Sam Darnold. That's what Jameis Winston is right now, basically. He's like a. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick was better, but that's another thing. People are talking about Jameis coming to the because Vrabel is a consultant with the Browns, so they're like, oh, if Vrabel comes to the Jets, then maybe Winston follows him there, and I'm like, okay, Winston wouldn't be a guy that I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna put our franchise in his hands now, and that's gonna. No, it'd be like, okay, so you move off Rodgers for a stopgap that is younger. Like, okay, like they'll win some games with him, but it's going to be ugly. Still going to be ugly. Oh, I think Kansas City's on the verge of making the Red Queen GM. They probably will. If she wants that power, well, she's got power over the GM. So, but there might not be any more Red Queen sightings after this year. Because Travis Kelce. Well, I mean, they'll probably show up to games. They'll probably, to be relevant on TV, I'm sure they're going to show up and be there in the box cheering away. And then we'll still have the Red Queen to walk all over us. Connor says we have Robert Kraft. He's all right as a GM. Well, he's the owner. But Bill was essentially the GM for all those years. Hated Winston since he stole crab legs and punched that chick in a bar. Yeah, I mean, taking personality out of it. I'm not happy about Jameis Winston this year coming at fans for cheering Deshaun Watson getting injured. Again, this is just my opinion, but I think Deshaun Watson is a terrible human being. And then for Jameis Winston to come out and wag his little finger at us and be like, you shouldn't get mad at him, just like, get away from me. Go talk to the alleged victims first before you get on this high horse and start preaching down to us. Like, just stop. Kelce might retire. Yeah, I think Kelce's going to retire after this year. Veach is unquestionably the best GM in the league. Yeah, Veach is definitely in that conversation. I don't know if that you can say unquestionably, but he's definitely in that conversation. By the way, we are sponsored by Underdog, as you can see right up there, right above my head, depending on which stream you're looking at. Thank you to Underdog for sponsoring the stream. And let's go into the Underdog spiel here that I think you guys would be happy to hear again. Join the millions who played on Underdog last year with their pick'em game. You can win money by making smart sports picks. It's time to turn your takes into cash by going higher or lower on player stats like touchdowns, interceptions, receiving yards, and more. And the best part about this is first-time depositors get some special treatment. Use promo code DEMON to claim your special pick and get a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Could you imagine that, winning 1,000 times your money? Up to 1,000 times your money? But that is crazy. That is insane. Underdog has gone insane. I'm telling you. But speaking of insane, Underdog is available in 30 plus states. That was a terrible transition, including California, Florida, Texas, and even Canada. Check out the availability map on screen to see if you're eligible. This is the draft availability map. If your state is in yellow, that means you are eligible. If your state is grayed out, you are unfortunately ineligible. If you're in one of those crazy grayed out states. And here is your pick'em availability map. Your state is in green or yellow. You are eligible. Grayed out states are unfortunately ineligible. And remember one thing. Always remember that Underdog is the best place to play fantasy sports this season. But always remember to please play responsibly. Please, my God, please play responsibly. There we go. A little bit of a tongue twister, but I got it. I got it figured out. Always remember to please play responsibly. This is all in the spirit of fun. It's all in the Christmas spirit of fun, actually. And do not forget, if you are a first-time depositor, use promo code DEMON to claim your special pick and deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That is promo code DEMYO. Oh my God, I just spelled it wrong. Yo is not a letter in the alphabet. Promo code DEMON. Easy. Easy peasy right there. You can always see it on screen. It's usually above my head. Oh, always above my head. But it's on both screens right now. The short stream and the main stream. But the second we get away and go back to the regular images on these streams, you'll see that it's right above my head. Promo code DEMON. Easy to spell. Easy to remember. Thank you once again, Underdog, for sponsoring the stream. Don't forget, use promo code DEMON. Justin Spiewak says, I have stress-free football today. I love stress-free football. I kind of have stress-free football today because Jets aren't playing for anything. And I'm just kind of like, whatever. They lose, they lose. If they lose, they lose. And if they win, that's cool too. I mean, I'm just waiting to see who our next head coach is going to be. That's essentially what I'm waiting for. And to see what draft pick we're going to get. And there's the kickoff. We are in the third phase of the game. Not the third phase, but rather third phase. And here we go. Third quarter. Hold on. We have to take all of our lessons and play better ball in the second half, says Michael McDaniel. And I agree. That's what they have to do. And Aaron Rodgers gives the ball to Braylon Allen, who goes up the middle, and he gets 2 yards. I like the way he runs, man. To me, I like seeing him run better than I like seeing Breece Hall run sometimes. Just, you know. What game is tonight? I gotta look at the game schedules today. Remember, like a 98% chance that there will be no Monday night stream tomorrow because of work. If I can get out of it, I will get out of it. I don't think I can, but we shall see. Hi. PFA's back.
What?
I just said PFA's back. Chargers, Kansas City tonight. Oh my God. That's going to be insane. It's going to be cheating galore. Rodgers throws deep, and that's caught by Garrett Wilson. Is he in bounds? They're saying he's in bounds. Hi. I thought you were holding a beer. 40.
Kombucha?
Oh, if you have one.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait a minute.
Don't be mad.
Oh, wait. She just said, do you want kombucha? I said, sure. And then she said, hold on, don't be mad.
Wait, I bought...
This could be anything.
I didn't buy the individual bottles. I bought the big guava goodness because it was on sale. And I want it to be economical. Are you falling over?
I'm falling over.
Then I'll have your...
The problem I have with the big ones is the little flies that get in here sometimes go right to the kombucha. So I need to keep it covered all the time.
Put a napkin over it.
I don't like drinking my drinks with a napkin over it so nobody roofies me. Oh, dear God. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. Vikings doink the field goal? They can't be mad at PFA, Samuel Miller says. You're right, I can't. I can be disappointed, but I can't be mad. Vikings with a doink. Here's Johnny Bones Johnson says skull. 2nd and 4. Jets are at the Miami 21-yard line. Rodgers under center. Gives the ball to Davis. Davis gets a couple of yards. He runs pretty hard, man. I like Isaiah Davis. Drew Lock is 6 of 19 today. Okay, Pittsburgh looking for their 10th win of the season. Wow. Jameis 8 of 19. with a touchdown and interception. Is Levis back? They're saying his shoulder might be okay. Rodgers on 3rd and 2. Working out of the shotgun, takes the snap, gets it off over the middle. That's incomplete, almost intercepted. If I were the Jets, I would just go for it here. Who cares? I mean, sure, take the lead, but just go for it. Offense is staying out there. I like this decision. Garrett Wilson couldn't extend his arms. Seems like there could have been a flag on that, but Garrett Wilson sort of alligator armed that. 4th and 2, Rodgers working out of the shotgun. Don't tell me that they're going to do this thing where they're just trying to draw him off sides. Just go for it. Thank you. Okay. Rodgers looking around. Gets the ball off to Isaiah Davis. Takes it down to the 3. Oh, man. This is what I like. I like seeing Isaiah Davis out there making plays. Excellent. Excellent. 2 for 2 on 4th down. Like it. Connor McKay has stress-free football today as a Patriots fan. You've had stress-free football for 20 years as a Patriots fan. Oh. Rodgers working out of the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right. Throws to Devontae, who gets in the end zone. That's a touchdown. Is there a flag? No flag. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. The Jets take the lead. I like it. Davante Adams. So, all right. This is what maybe Rodgers is coming around. Oh, who knows? Let's see. Rodgers to Adams going into next season. Super Bowl caliber. Oh, they're making a believer out of me again. Jets take a 4-point lead. Go for 2. You take a 5-point lead? That doesn't make sense. I would go for 2 there, but anyway. Jets up 20-15. Wow, look at that. They already blew by my prediction. And saying you wanted Dan Campbell? Yeah, when it doesn't matter. There's a flag on the play. This is why Dan Campbell goes for it, Rich. Listen, you're a 3-win team. You go for it in this situation. But when you are fighting for seeding, you got to be a little more choosy about those situations. That's all I'm saying. Isaac says the Dolphins suck. Oh my God. It would be nice to knock the Dolphins down a notch. Connor McKay saying favorite coffee. Please respond. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. Black tea, double black tea is what I like. I did drink coffee for a while, but it made me kind of jittery. So I was like, I'm going to go to tea. Takeo saying stop what? Stop. Stop what? You sound scared. You sound scared that Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden is healthy and now they're going to go on a run and make the playoffs and do everything I said they were going to do before the season. You're scared that that's going to happen. I can tell. I can smell the fear on you. Father Dismas is here. He says, wow, a good game. Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it that. You weren't here before, so you don't know. But we'll call it that. Hey, look. I'm going to do my hood. There we go. How's that? That looks weird. I don't like it. I'm going to go back to my hat. Oh, look at this. The hood with the backwards hat. What do you guys think of that? Are all the kids going to be wearing this to school on Monday? Let me see. Cappuccinos are good. Yeah, I did like cappuccinos. I guess that's coffee. Everyone was crying about the Lions. Like, what do you want them to change who they are? Yeah. Yeah, because who they are got them not to the Super Bowl last year. So Dan Campbell should be a little more, and they almost lost this game. It was a bad, I mean, that could have gone south and it just happened to not. But anything can happen in that situation. So you could have taken the lead and then just said, defense, stop them. But they didn't do that. And they could have lost that game, just like they lost the Dallas game. That cost them seeding. And then they lost the Niners game, where they had a lead, a big lead, and could have been a little more conservative and maybe not given San Francisco the opportunities they gave them. I mean, I think these are fair things to say. I don't know. I mean, we have Lions fans in the chat, right? Let me know what you think. Am I making sense? Would you rather that? Or would you rather be like, oh, let's go for it on fourth down when we don't need to and perhaps turn the tide of the game now? Ball must move. There he goes. Rich Belichick, yes. But his massive balls are at stake. That's true. Yes. Takedo says, did they win? Have they won more games since the Jets in the past 2 years? We're not comparing them to the Jets. I'm saying if I'm a Lions fan, I'm looking at that. Yeah, they won games, yeah, but what games did they lose, Takedo? Games where Dan Campbell made questionable decisions and they could have lost this last game because of a questionable decision at the end. That's all I'm saying. Did they lose the NFC Championship game because the dude kept going for fourth downs when he didn't need to with a lead, with a big lead? Yeah. Did the Dallas game cost them seeding because he insisted on going for two when he had opportunities to not go for two? Yes. If they would have lost this game, would that have cost them seeding? Yes. Maybe it cost them the division. If it comes to, I mean, like some of these things are paper thin. The difference between winning the division and not winning the division, getting home field advantage and having to play in Lambeau in the cold when you're a dome team in January. Oh, Devon Achane. Achane, sorry. There's a flag on the play. I mean, that's those margins are razor thin. Yes, the poet said it perfectly. Gamble should stay exactly how he is. From a Chiefs fan, we'll happily take our fifth ring from an over-aggressive call. That's on the table. That is totally on the table. You see the Chiefs doing that, by the way? See the Chiefs making calls like that? No. Did the Patriots do that when they had their dynasty? No. Anakin says, I'm a Lions fan and you're making sense 100%. However, it's in your opponent's territory. It makes sense. If you're in your opponent's territory, though, at the end of the game, when they have no timeouts and there's 40 seconds left, and you can take the lead, it's questionable. Again, you'd probably change that assessment. Would you have changed that assessment if they did fumble that snap and Green Bay picked it up and ran it back? Green Bay picked it up, ran it to the 50. Jordan Love completes a pass over the middle. They spike it, and now they kick a field goal. And now the Lions are getting the ball back with 7 seconds left, and they can't do anything. Would the end of that sentence change? Think of that, and be honest about it. And Loco just devoured some wings. Takedo says, I'm not upset. I just think people say this tired argument. It's not a tired argument. It's the identity of the team. What's that mean? The identity of the team is, oh, we go for weird fourth downs? That's what you want your identity to be? They're not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed anything. The identity of the team is Dan Campbell has made mistakes that has cost his team games, and he almost did it. That's the identity of the team right now. They're a good team. They're a talented team, but they will do things that could cost them games. And trust me, you want to talk about tired? If it happens again in the playoffs, Lions fans are going to start getting tired of it. They're going to start saying, this guy can't do that. Because that's what everybody's going to be talking about. And they're going to bring it to the attention of Lions fans. Saying, look what this guy's doing. They could have been in a Super Bowl last year. Could have maybe been in a Super Bowl this year after a great season. But his over-aggressive play calling, his over-aggressiveness on fourth down when he doesn't have to do that in certain situations, is costing them. It's great when it works. But you do that against good teams. You do that against the Chiefs? You're going to give the Chiefs opportunities? You really want to do that? You want to give Mahomes and the Chiefs opportunities? Green Bay is a young team. Green Bay is going to just keep getting better. You want to keep doing that against Green Bay? Go ahead. Poor Bears, man. That division's going to be a headache for them for years to come. Hi.
Hi.
What is that?
Thank you to Neuromints.
Oh, what did they sent us something?
No. I had the patience to make your night oil since I'm responsible for your youth.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Where should I keep this?
Right in there.
In here.
Yeah. Thank you. Takeda says this is funny. What if the Lions fumble the ball and the meteorite hit on Ford Field? The problem is it has happened. His over-aggressiveness has cost them games in the past. So it's not, oh, what if this, what if that? No. It's happened before, and it almost happened again. It just happened to not happen. It happened to not happen. But it happened in two big games. A game that cost them seeding and a game that cost them the Super Bowl. Cost them a trip to the Super Bowl. Two big games. Those are two pretty big games for that to happen. And now you're talking about Jared Goff fumbling the ball. The ball, it was a fumbled snap. He happened to pick it up and get it off. So, I don't know. Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I don't know. If I'm a Chiefs fan, if I'm a Packers fan, if I'm anybody that's playing this team, I'm like, keep doing it, Dan. It's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to bite you in the ass. PFA, says Jimmy England. And it has bit him in. It's bit him in both ass cheeks already. He's got no more ass cheeks left. Father Gusma says, I miss the old Raiders. Just a reminder that Rob Liefeld can't draw feet. Rob Liefeld, I can't have Rob Liefeld hate on here. He's awesome. He is awesome. I mean, I was never a big fan of his artwork as a kid, but on Twitter, the guy's good. He's very down to earth. Oh, thank you.
Let me know when you need a refill.
Okay, I'm gonna drink. I'm just gonna down it so that I don't get any.
Serious?
It's insects, man.
Oh my god! Just put something over it. Are you a baby?
Yes.
Come on, guys.
There we go. Okay. Kombucha. He didn't fumble. He tripped. That's what. Okay, he tripped. That's what I mean. But he could have fumbled it. Is what I meant. PFD does not watch football at all. Green Lobster Monster, not at all. You're a Jets fan, not a Chiefs fan. Who cares if I'm a Jets fan, not a Chiefs fan? Doesn't matter. Angels are stronger than demons. I concur. Yes, people have a lot of opinions about Dan Campbell because they want to take the risks he does. And I think those are fair. I don't think he should be taking those risks as often as he does. That's just me. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Rodgers throws this, and that is incomplete. Intended for Tyler Conklin. I mean, look, again, I'll say it again. If he costs them, if these decisions cost them a game in the playoffs, excuse me, or the Super Bowl, you might view it differently. You might say, or maybe he shouldn't be doing that. I have this covered. But they are flying around.
No, they're not. You're lying.
They are, I'm telling you, yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you have Italian seasoning?
No. All right. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Jets. 8:27 left. Jets are up 20-15 right now. Dan Campbell would work well with Rodgers. Just go nuts out there, Aaron. I trust you. That's exactly what he would say. Just do whatever you want, Aaron. 3rd and 8 coming up. Rodgers on the Jets 22. Rodgers takes the snap, throws over the middle to Isaiah Davis. That's a first down. Isaiah Davis is making some plays, man. Man. Takeda, I'll say this. You're saying I wouldn't take it because you take the good with the bad. What I would say to you is maybe that doesn't have to be bad. First and 10 for Rodgers from the 32-yard line. Takes the snap, hands it off to Isaiah Davis, and Isaiah Davis gets about a gain of 6 on the play. We got a 2nd down coming up. Carolina has taken the lead in the Philadelphia game, by the way. 16-14. Oh, my God. If Carolina loses, if Carolina beats the Eagles, and the Giants lose, and Vegas beats Tampa Bay, and Cleveland loses, and Jacksonville wins somehow, and then the Jets win, then I'd be like, oh, come on. Rodgers! Oh, it's almost picked off by Jalen Ramsey on 2nd and 5, intended for Garrett Wilson. So we got 3rd and 4 coming up. Van Jefferson has a touchdown today. Rodgers working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, gets it off. It's caught by Garrett Wilson. Nice catch, diving catch. And dives out of the end zone. That is a first down for the Jets. Another 1st and 10. Yeah, I think Spiza Poet's making a lot of sense here. I admire Dam. He's got everyone on that team willing to run through a wall for him, but you only get so many of last year's ending before that buy-in phase. Yes, that's exactly the way I feel. I admire him. I think he's done a hell of a job. He's got everybody buying into what he's doing. I think he's been a good coach, but I do think he could cost the team games with those decisions. And I think Loco said Campbell's aggressive. It's his style. The team plays like that. Coaching isn't easy. It's always judged in hindsight. Yes, it's judged in hindsight, but we're not talking about the guy. The guy has a history of doing this, and he's lost 2 big games that you can point to these decisions and say those are the reasons he lost those games. Big games. A game that cost you seeding and a game in the playoffs. So that's... I'm just saying, like, it could happen again. Braylon Allen is a flag, of course. Braylon Allen gets about 2, but it's probably going to be a hold or something on the Jets. Dan could cost games, but he could also win games. He's not going to win. He's not going to win that way against good teams, though. That's the problem. He's not going to continue winning that way against good teams. You give a team like the Chiefs an opening. You give these teams openings that are good and don't have young rosters that make mistakes, it's going to bite you in the ass. That's all I'm saying. Darnold makes some moves, launches downfield. PFA left the friggin' door open again, and Justin Jefferson gets in the end zone. So Lorraine's screaming. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. And that was intended for Devontae Adams, and that's incomplete. Takeo says, hasn't everyone lost big games? Yeah, everyone's lost big games. Have they lost them because the coach's decision? Have they done it over? Have they done this? Have they made the same mistakes over and over again? Have they continued to lose big games because they go for nonsensical fourth downs and then they don't get them, and now they open up opportunities for teams to come back, to claw their ways back into games, and then I mean, you keep repeating the same mistake. You keep repeating the same thing over again. That's different than just losing big games. It's different. Pass out to Devontae Adams. And Adams gets a first down. He's across the 30, down to the 34-yard line. Down to the 34-yard line. Sammy D keeping it alive. Skull says Johnny Bones Johnson. Joshua Lilly says Lord Chair. Speed Post says the Lions have graduated past regular season games having weight. It's all about little stuff in the playoffs for them now. I have a feeling Dan might be the next Marty Schottenheimer. Yeah, that's exactly it. Speed of Poets making all the sense in the world. This is about the playoffs. This is about the big games in the playoffs. Are you going to do this in the playoffs? Are you going to have a lead or have an opportunity to take a lead and decide to go for a fourth down when you're deep in your opponent's territory and you could take a 3-point lead? Are you going to go for it on fourth because you want to try to get the 6? I mean, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, your luck is going to run out in the NFL. You're dealing with smart defensive coordinators too. You think they're not going to assume you might go for fourth downs? You think they're not going to be aggressive? You think they're not going to watch what your tendencies are on those fourth down situations? I mean, keep doing it and that's his identity. That's cool. No, it's not cool if you're losing in the playoffs and then you're just one of those teams that had great regular season. You become the Cowboys. You want to be the Cowboys? Who wants to be the Cowboys? The Cowboys don't even want to be the Cowboys. What happened with Atlanta? Oh, man. What's the better storyline? Will Lions win the Super Bowl? The Chiefs win 3 in a row. The Lions winning the Super Bowl is definitely the better storyline because of how bad they've been over, historically. So that, I think, is a big story. That would be the major story. Yeah, Pete Carroll lost the Super Bowl. Yeah, and that was a stupid call. What does that have to do with anything? But it's not like Pete Carroll lost 2 playoff games because he didn't hand it off on the goal line and then lost the Super Bowl because he didn't hand it off on the goal line. That would be, imagine that. He lost the Super Bowl. They made a ridiculous call on the goal line and he lost the Super Bowl and has been criticized for it heavily and rightfully so. But if he had done that, imagine Pete Carroll had a history of doing that, losing games because he refuses to run it with Marshawn Lynch on the goal line. Lorraine is the bird that you hear yelling in the background, green lobster monster, and she is a green monster herself. She's my parrot, and she's green and likes to scream. Why isn't the Hellmouth swallowed both the Steelers and the Browns by now? The Steelers might be immune to the Hellmouth. The Hellmouth might be scared of Mike Tomlin's face. Mike Tomlin is a scary dude. If the Chiefs don't get our three-peat, I want the Lions to get a ring. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody wants the Lions to get a ring. I would love that. If the Jets can't win and the Lions are playing for a Super Bowl, I'm definitely rooting for the Lions. Father Dismas is still mad about that. Yeah, I mean, that didn't go away. People remember that. That's one of the most horrible things that's ever happened in the NFL. Talk to a Seahawks fan. Is Nolan here? Talk to a Seahawks fan about that. They're going to be like, oh, they're going to call Pete Carroll a dumb mother effer. And Lions fans are going to do the same thing with Dan Campbell if he keeps doing this. And I'm telling you, they would have a different opinion right now. If he would have lost that game because of that, the narrative would be like, is Dan Campbell a detriment to this team? That would be the narrative. Is Dan Campbell's decision-making detrimental to this team? That would be and it's almost a narrative already. Davis pushing forward. Davis runs harder than Breece Hall. I mean, is it just me or is Miami's defense that bad? It could be a little bit of both. Jermaine Johnson gets an 11-yard touchdown reception for the Saints. The great Jermaine Johnson. Lorraine. Man. Takado says, if, okay. So we have two situations where they're not ifs, though, where his decision-making actually cost him games. So what's your response there? What's your response there? It's not ifs, they happened. And it could happen again, is where the if is coming from. And almost happened last game. Alan Lazard is on the field as another flag. Lorraine definitely wants to be on the stream. She definitely wants to be on the stream, but she's green, and you want to be able to see her. She'd be invisible. Illegal motion on the Jets. That's what I'm talking about. They're coaching. I mean, this is all on coaching. The penalties, man. The penalties are horrendous. Penalties are horrendous. If Caleb was good, he would be good. Takeda, you didn't answer my question, though. Didn't answer my question. What do you have to say about the two times it did happen? We're not talking about ifs. We're talking about two big games where his decision-making cost him those games. So what about that? Those aren't if scenarios. Those are they happen scenarios. Oh, look at this. Joshua Lilly. There we go. Thank you. You're right. As a Seahawks fan, my opinion of Pete is completely colored by the disastrous Super Bowl call. Taints his entire legacy. Yeah, it would. I mean, if I was a Seahawks fan, I'd feel the same way. I would feel the same way. Lorraine heard me talking about the Seahawks and is still voicing her anger. Yeah, she's mad. She loves when bird teams win. And she loves when the Jets win because it's almost kind of like a bird, but it's just metal and different. Braylon Allen gets about a 5-yard gain. Flowers for Algorithm says, my response is that it's fun to watch and it's what I cherish in my entertainment products. Dan Campbell's good for football. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch. It's definitely exciting. But if I'm a Lions fan, I am terrified. That's what I'm saying. For football, yeah, it's fun. We talk about it. It's exciting when you're watching it. But as a Lions fan, it terrifies me. If I was a Lions fan, it would terrify me to my core. Speeds of Poet says, I know PFD and I are old enough to remember Marty Ball. Great iron-headed team. Some dumb decision or gaffe cost the Chiefs for years in the playoffs. It might be Campbell Ball for this generation. Yeah, I remember Marty Ball. 3rd and 5. That would be, I mean, and that would be the narrative going forward with the... Oh, PFA's here, and she's ready to freshen my drink for me. Excellent. Yes. Thank you very much. Is that food almost on its way? Or no, I'm just kidding.
Is there food? I'm just putting the tomato soup into the oven right now.
Oh, excellent.
You want me to send you a picture of it?
You can. Thank you. Dan Campbell is good for those out-of-work cardiologists. Yes, Father Dismas. Perfect. And why? And look, Father Dismas is a completely logical person. And what this means right here, and I'm sure he would concur.
That picture will make it.
She's bringing a tray of.
So you can see it.
Wow, look at this. She's gonna make a soup out of this.
Can they see it?
Yeah, let me get this thing off this. Look at that. It's tomatoes, red pepper, garlic, onion.
But you see the garlic doesn't look like it
smells really good.
Look.
So but it's got
chopped a bunch of it.
But it's gonna heat up in the oven and then you have to squeeze it out.
No. Thank you. What I'm saying is like it's not even.
Oh.
You know, so yeah. I just did whatever.
That looks phenomenal. Oh my god.
And it's not even
I can't wait. Not even cooked yet. Holy moly, they said. So anyway, so that's what Father Dismas is talking about. How the cardiologist comment, how it is making people crazy in Detroit. Anders Carlson puts this through, and the Jets go up by 8 now. Jets up 23-15. Because I'm telling you, man, if I was in this window where my team, which is the Jets, has been bad for that long, and all of a sudden we have this team that looks like they can actually win a Super Bowl. Like, they look like they can actually roll teams on their way to a Super Bowl victory. And he's doing things like this. I'm just like, man, you just need to get it under control. Just don't cost us anything. But as a fan of football, I love watching it. I mean, go for all the fourth downs you want. It's fun. But if I'm a fan of the team, I am concerned, man. Father Dismas SG, Johnny Bones Johnson, all saying PFA. Johnny Bones Johnson wants some. I would send you some if I could. As someone who had to be in Boston when Pete made that stupid call, I couldn't escape the city fast enough, says Nuka Bat. Yeah. Look at that. I think it's making more people outside of Detroit crazy. No, I mean, because I think we all see the writing on the wall. Like, I'm not emotionally invested in the Lions. But if they're in the Super Bowl, like, I'm going to be rooting for them. I'm going to be rooting for them hard. And then my reaction, if they lose, is going to be the same as it was with the it was a little different, actually. Well, no. Because if they're playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs three-peat because of a Dan Campbell issue like that, oh, I'm going to hate him. And I don't want to hate him, but I'm going to hate him. I'm going to be like, you gave the Red Queen a three-peat because you're just crazy. That's what I'm going to say. So, but I mean, the rest of us, I think we just see the writing on the wall. We're just like, settle down, man. It's, I don't know. I think also, Takeda, if you were in that position as a Lions fan, I think you'd feel a little differently. I think you'd be like, we're so close to a Super Bowl. Just don't blow it with crazy decision making. Because here's the it's already happened scenario. You don't get that unneeded 2-point try. You give the ball back to Mahomes with 45 seconds left in a timeout. You trust the team to stop Mahomes? No. No. You don't trust the team to stop Mahomes. And that's the thing. Well, that's another thing is like you in this Green Bay game, if you're playing the Chiefs, you do that. Let's say you decide to, oh man, look at this. Flags again. It's so hard to watch a game when flags are just thrown all over the place. I mean, you kick the field goal against the Chiefs with 45 seconds left. They have no timeouts. You're pretty much thinking, okay, this game's going to overtime. You know what I mean? You're pretty much reserved to that. You know, like Mahomes is likely going to get the team downfield into field goal position. But it's better than just giving them the ball and saying, now get into field goal position and win the game, as opposed to let's kick the field goal and then send it into overtime. Down with the bloody Red Queen, says Scantor. Yes, that's what we're all here for. Takeo says the Chiefs aren't the same this year. In the playoffs, the Chiefs are the same. The Chiefs had no receiving core last year. In the playoffs, it's a whole new ball game. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, and Mahomes is the hardest quarterback to beat in the playoffs. That's all there is to it. So I don't want to hear that they're not the same. No, Mahomes in the playoffs is Mahomes in the playoffs. Just like Brady in the playoffs was Brady in the playoffs. It's one game at a time. You have to beat that guy, and you cannot take anything for granted. And you can't give him anything. That's the way it goes. And unfortunately, the Lions aren't going to play the Chiefs in the playoffs. I'm going to play them in the Super Bowl. But, one game against Mahomes, I don't care what the season looked like. I don't care what their record was. If he is there, you have to treat them as if they're the best team in the league because he's the best quarterback in the league. And we have historically we've seen Montana do this. We've seen Brady do it. Now we're seeing Mahomes do it. And Mahomes is arguably better than both of them. Philly's up 22-16 now. Atlanta, Minnesota 21-21. 2nd and 10, incomplete pass by Tua. Baal is still in the wrong spot. This game is unserious, by the way. Are we going to call him Sammy Dimes? He's dropping dimes? We're still in the 3rd quarter. Lucian says you have to play perfect and then some more to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. I couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. You have to be on your game and hope that they make a mistake. And if they make a mistake, you can't give them a door to just walk back into. You can't invite them back in the game. You take a 21-point lead over the Chiefs in the playoffs, they are still in that game. You can't say that about a lot of teams. What teams, let's say the Cowboys make the playoffs, right? You go up 21-0 against the Cowboys, you're like, this game's over, pretty much. I mean, they could come back. You don't want to take anything for granted. The same thing with the Bucks. Like you go up 21-0 over the Bucks, you're probably thinking, this game's probably over. Against the Chiefs, you're like, you're still biting your nails, man. You're like, nah, we need to be up like 40-0 for me to feel comfortable about this. And Xavier Gibson gets hit at the 15. Jets will take over. 34 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Kelsey's done. But Noah Gray's not. Noah Gray's looked pretty good. And why is that? Because he has a hell of a quarterback. Hollywood who? Who cares? Xavier Worthy. This guy can get open deep. And all Mahomes has to do is flick the ball to him. And he can catch it. What has Hopkins done since getting the KC? You're telling me you're going to give me DeAndre Hopkins and Patrick Mahomes for a 3-game stretch? Will Hopkins catch touchdowns? Yeah. If they are in the red zone, are you like, oh, yeah, I don't care about that, DeAndre Hopkins? No. It's crazy. It's madness, Takeda. He was throwing to Marquez Valdez-Scantling last year and they won a Super Bowl, dude. I mean, come on. Isaiah Davis just running hard, man. Good God. Hollywood Brown, 1,000-yard receiver every year, and Hopkins is averaging a touchdown a game. Yeah, I mean, Mahomes' receiving core is better than it was last year. I'm sorry. And it just is. It's in the oven. Soup is in the oven. Excellent. Oh, PFA. Is she not the best wife ever? I mean, I am all kinds of lucky. 4th quarter. We are going into the 4th quarter. You have to play perfect football. Mahomes has to have one of the worst games to beat them. Yeah, maybe not one of the worst games, but if Mahomes is on, good luck. But if he makes mistakes, you can't give him an opportunity to come back. You can't do what you did against San Francisco. You did that. Listen, the Lions lost to San Francisco. The Lions went up by 3 scores. Were they up 3 scores in that game? They were up significantly. Against Kyle Shanahan, who has blown leads in the second half. And you blew a lead to that guy because of these mistakes or these questionable calls, we'll call them. That's not an if scenario either. That happened. You lost to the guy who we associate 28-3 with when he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. I mean, come on. Yeah, they won with MVS and Kadarius Toney. mean, the receiving core is massively upgraded from that. I'm sorry. This rant's longer than most Jets rants because it's insanity. It's insanity, Takeo. I'm sorry. I need to bring you back to the land of the sane people, is what I'm going to call it. Shanahan blows leads because he gets conservative with the lead. Whatever. You still lost to, the Lions still blew a lead to that guy. Still blew a lead to that guy. Or an example from last year that you trust Campbell to know the overtime rules in the Super Bowl. That happened. Yeah, that did happen. SG, you missed the generational rich rant. Yeah, I'm going off on Takeo because I'm talking about Dan Campbell and how Dan Campbell needs to reel himself in and not blow games for the Detroit Lions. And Takeo is saying, oh, no, it's okay if he blows games. Every coach loses games. It's cool if he just goes for fourth downs in big games and doesn't get them and they lose. What? Oh, here we go. AFC playoff picture. Ooh, Miami's in the hunt. Ooh. Maybe not after we beat them today. Take them right out of that hunt. 2nd and 4. Rodgers back to pass. Oh, Braylon Allen. I mean, this is what's going to feel good about this, though. It's like Miami is in the hunt. They have playoff aspirations right now, and the Jets just beat them when nobody expects the Jets to do anything. Yeah. If Shanahan was playing from behind, he doesn't get conservative and blow the lead. Okay, but Dan Campbell's decision-making led to him being able to regain the lead in that game, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not really, my rant is not remotely Jets related. I'm having fun today watching this Jets game. This is a blast. Watching them beat the Dolphins who want to hold on for dear life. 3rd and 2, Rodgers gets sacked. I mean, they're still the Jets, so things like this are still going to happen. But, I mean, look bad all you want. If you beat the Dolphins and hurt their playoff hopes, then that's fine. Oh, look at this. Takeo said one of my favorite things. Look, Rich is talking what ifs and then brings up last year like the Lions didn't have one of the best offenses in the league. Oh, and where did that offense get them? Do they have the trophy for having the best offense in the league? Do they have to wear the rings? Do they have the rings for that? Do they make rings for that? Does anybody care? Who had the best offense in the league in 2007? Do you know? Do we remember that? Who cares? All that matters is winning the Super Bowl. All that matters is winning the Super Bowl. That's it. Everything else you can throw out the window. You don't win the Super Bowl, and you don't win it because of, oh, we're going to go for it on 4th down, and we're up 21-3. And now you're giving Mahomes all these opportunities to claw back. It's madness. Nobody cares about who had the best offense in the league. I know they have a great offense. They have a great offense this year. But if your decision-making cost you games, they lost that Cowboys game because Dan Campbell's like, no, we're going for it. We're going for the 2-point conversion. We're going for it. Tying the game? No, who cares? We're going to go for the 2-point conversion. So, anyway. Will Caleb Williams replace Rodgers as the quarterback for the Jets? I don't think that's going to happen. Imagine that. Imagine the Jets traded for Caleb Williams somehow. Yeah. That would probably ensure Caleb Williams would go down in history as one of the biggest busts. That would ensure it. I'm streaming the night game tonight, yes. Definitely. The Chiefs game. Oh, we're going to be here. We're going to be here streaming it. I wish that I had my little... I have something that is in the works for the Chiefs, by the way, to try to help them. And maybe this will help the Lions beat them if they get to the Super Bowl. Maybe this will help put some sense in Dan Campbell's head. We'll see. The Ravens had the best defense and the number 2 offense. We beat them with a much worse offense. Yeah. That happens. That happens. So we have a 23-15 game in the fourth quarter. It is 3:34 p.m. and the Jets might take out the Dolphins. Let us see. Takeda, you're not giving me a hard time. You just sound like a maniac. Sound like you've gone off the deep end. We gave Gus Edwards the ball one time. That's how we lost. Oh, Irvin Charles is hurt. But he's up and walking. They're going to blue tent him. There he goes. He's in the blue tent. I want to know. I want to go inside that blue tent. See what it's all about. Takeda needs to be phantom zoned. Yeah. Takeda does need to be phantom zoned. Until the Super Bowl. So we have 1st and 10. 13:23 left in the fourth quarter. Two are working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. And he gets pressure. He gets the ball off, and that is incomplete. That is dropped by Jalen Wright. Don't mean the thing if you don't win that ring, Luka Bet. That's right. Oh, the Jacksonville Jaguars take the lead. Oh, man. So every team is winning except the stupid Vegas Raiders and the stupid Carolina Panthers. I mean, I think the Jets are going to win this game because the Dolphins aren't good. I mean, they're just not. 2nd and 10, that pass gets broken up. I'm sure there's a moral victory champion wing at Ken. Yeah, and that's what that's exactly where Takeda will be happy. He'd be happy seeing Dan Campbell's bust in that moral victory wing. Just like Dan Campbell's face there. Never won a Super Bowl, but heck of a guy. Made the games exciting. Let's put his face in Canton. Tua overthrows over the middle, and that is caught by Tyreek Hill, the guy who refused to be a Jet when they wanted him. Darnold has 5 touchdowns? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah. Carolina, you have one job. Seriously. Sam Darnold. Wow. 5 touchdowns for Sam Darnold. Crazy. So do the Atlanta Falcons go to Michael Penix at some point? Is Kirk Cousins, how's he looking today? I want to see what Kirk Cousins' stat line is today. Let's take a look. What is the Kirk Cousins stat line right now? Kirk Cousins is 16 of 26, 257 yards and an interception. Not good. Good. Ray McLeod, 7 receptions for 89 yards. Oh, look at that. Drake London, 3 for 47. All right. Oh, this is great. This is a great comment here by Speeds of Poet. If you have to answer a question when you start talking about Super Bowls, where's the flaw? It's Dan Campbell's coaching style, but where's the Chiefs' flaw? There you go. There you go. Where's the Chiefs' flaw? I mean, you can come up with something, but it could probably be argued. Could probably be heavily argued. 7-yard gain for Miami. Drew Lock is 11 of 27 for 95 yards. Wow. Hey, just let Tommy Cutlets play. Might as well. Let him play out the rest of the year. Let his family have a nice Christmas. Well, nice holiday season while their family members out there quarterbacking from the New York Giants like they did last year. Tua gives the ball to Jeff Wilson. That's a first down. Pittsburgh up 27-7 over Cleveland. Wow. Russell Wilson, 14 of 25, 2 touchdowns. Jonnu Smith has no catches for no yards today after going on that incredible fantasy tear that he went on. Throws it out to Jeff Wilson. That's a flag. It's going to be on DJ Reed. They're going to call pass interference. DJ Reed has a tendency to not turn around and look at the ball. And it's such an easy flag to throw. Let's see. Yeah, he's... Oh, no, it's Washington. DJ Reed turned a little bit, but made the contact, grabbed. I feel like that call could have gone either way, but I don't disagree with it. I don't disagree with it. First and goal. H.N. Pitch out to H.N. He's going to lose 4 yards on that. My only thing is, why can't people let Dan coach the way he wants? If they lose, they lose, but he's doing it his way. Oh, good for him. Oh, he did it his way. That's a great moral victory. If they lose, they lose. It's easy for you to say that as a Raiders fan. Anakin, if they lose, they lose. How do you feel about that? Let's let him coach however he wants. If they lose, they lose. I mean... It's easy. Yeah, we need them to win for the Lions. There you go. There you go. That's a fan talking, not just some Raiders fan who's like, let Dan do what he wants. I'm having a fun time watching these games. If they lose, who cares? Lions fans would strongly disagree with that statement. Tua throws this out to Jalen Waddle. He gets down to the 1. I mean, come on. Come on, Takeda. Your arguments are getting weaker and weaker by the moment. Oh, ball's got to move because it's not Jets ball. There we go. I think people are mad because the Lions haven't won a ring yet. They need to win a ring. Let them have fun. There you go. There you go, Father. Thank you. Thank you. It will be all for nothing if they do not win a ring. And they don't win it because of aggressiveness in situations where you don't need to be aggressive. 3rd and goal, and the Dolphins get stopped for a 3-yard loss. Jamie and Sherwood on the tackle. He's a beast. He is a beast. Jamie and Sherwood. 4th and goal. Offense is staying on the field. They need to. Justin Jefferson, 7 receptions, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Good Lord. Fourth and goal. That is caught by Tyreek Hill in the end zone. And Miami fans are going crazy right now. They're going to obviously go for the 2-point conversion. 21-23. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Sam Darnold. Of course, I'm playing Sam Darnold in a league that I need to win in. Oh, I hate him. Tua. They got the 2. They got the 2 and Miami ties the game. Okay. Hey, whatever. Whatever. All right, so where are we here on the Tankathon? So the Giants are losing. Giants are losing. No, I need the Giants to win. That's not going to happen. I need Carolina to win. That's not going to happen. Jacksonville might win. That's good. Stupid Vegas isn't going to win. All right, so at least we got Cleveland and Jacksonville that might win if the Jets lose this game. So that's 2 more teams that are hurt by victories. Circle, triangle, square says, wow, haha. You're all the best dysfunctional football family. Yeah, we are. We are dysfunctional football degenerates. Yes, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Welcome to the Toyota Tankathon. Sammy threw a pick in the end zone. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Maybe I'll win by a point. I started Jacoby Myers over Garrett Wilson today, too, because I was just like, is Garrett Wilson even going to catch a pass? I don't know. Cousins threw a pick in the end zone. A lot of picks in the end zone. Or even ask yourself this. Would you rather be Dan Marino or Joe Flacco? Hyper-talented gunslinger or a Super Bowl champion? Yeah, me, I would rather have the ring. Not, the first thing people mention when Dan Marino, do they mention, oh, look at all those stats. Look at all the wins he had. Oh, yeah, no. They're like, oh, man, it's a shame he didn't win a Super Bowl. That's what they mention. You know who has a Super Bowl? Trent Dilfer. Brad Johnson. So, I don't know what my point is. But yeah, Super Bowls matter. That's the point, I guess. Super Bowls matter. If anyone says they'd rather be Joe Flacco, they need to have their heads checked. Be Joe Flacco? You mean the Joe Flacco that has a ring? Joe Flacco that's had a nice career and made a lot of money, but he has a ring to show for it? Ask Dan Marino if he would rather have Joe Flacco's career or his own. Ask him that. See what he says. It's a fair question. He'd probably get all, Philly on us. Isn't he from Philly? He'd probably get all, what are you talking about? I think that's a fair question. Flacco is elite. Yeah, man. I mean, Flacco wasn't a bad quarterback. Dude won a Super Bowl. Dude took the Browns to the playoffs last year. An elderly Joe Flacco took the Browns to the playoffs. Yeah, Joe Flacco has made a crap ton of money. Exactly, yeah. Would I rather, you're asking me if I could be, if my choice is to leave here, I can either take Dan Marino's career or Joe Flacco's career. Just take the names out. If you take the names out and you just put the stats or whatever and the numbers side by side and you see that one Super Bowl victory, you even put their net worths there, but you see that one Super Bowl victory, who are you taking? Take the names out. All you have is that information. You are taking Joe Flacco 10 times out of 10. I don't know anybody in their right mind looking at it that way would be like, I'm going to take the guy that didn't win the Super Bowl. I'm going to do that. Yeah. I don't want the ring. No. Give me the stat. Give me all the stats. Would you rather be Dak Prescott or what quarterback has won Super Bowl? Dak Prescott or Trent Dilfer? Seriously. I mean, come on. Speeds of Poets with $1.99 says, huge rant incoming. Paying for it. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. What Takeda Luna has said today is crazy. Takeda's officially gone insane. We need to help him. We need to help him as much as we can because the man has lost his mind. And you could argue that he lost his mind a long time ago with the decision to be a Raiders fan. But today confirms that he's lost his mind. Rodgers gives the ball to Braylon Allen, and he gets stuffed on 2nd and 4. Dan Marino played so long ago, he didn't make nearly as much as Flacco. True, yeah. But I mean, with endorsements and whatnot, the Dan Marino name is more valuable than the Joe Flacco name. But still, I mean, if you're looking at their net worths side by side, is probably, oh, and do I want, well, let's just say 20 million or 35 million? It's like 20 million in a Super Bowl, 35 million in no Super Bowl. I'll take the 20 million in a Super Bowl. Incomplete to Isaiah Davis. 4th and 4 coming up. Yeah, perfect. Lucian says, Dan Marino's probably the greatest pure passer to never get a ring. That's absolutely he is. He got close, but Joe Montana was better in the clutch. Yeah, Joe Montana was by far better in the clutch. Isotoners win a game, says Circle Triangle Square. Oh, Isotoners. Oh, you're talking about the gloves. That's right. Isotoners, a sponsorship for Dan Marino, of course. I thought, no, it wasn't Isotoners. What were they called? I was doing a Simpsons thing. The baseball team. Were they called the Isotoners? No. I forgot what they were called. Isotopes. That's what they were called. The Isotopes. Isotopes win a game. Oh, and the Dolphins are on their way to probably winning this game. I could just sense it. Let's go, Carolina, ... says Father Dismas. Yeah, where are we? 16 to 22 to 16. It would be fun if Carolina won that game. So Flacco's net worth is 35 million more than Marino. Okay, so are you still taking Dan Marino? Because he's got stats. I mean, Green Lobster Monster doing the research. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, nobody is taking Dan Marino ever in that scenario. Ever. Ever. Isotopes win a game. The Isotopes are the minor league team in Albuquerque, says Loco. Yeah, they were also the professional team in Springfield, were they not? I haven't seen that episode in a long time. But yeah, I mean, if you're taking Dan Marino, whose net worth is 35 million less than Joe Flacco's, and Joe Flacco has a ring, and you're going to decide to be Dan Marino in that situation, you're crazy. Problem with the Isotopes is that they start out strong, but then decay. Oh, yes. Father Dismas is hilarious. Isotoners, though, Dan Marino, I guess he didn't make that. I guess he should have negotiated a better deal with the Isotoner company. And he's probably got some sponsorships from like local pizzerias and whatnot, but what is Dan Marino doing now, by the way? Is he like, is he still part of the Dolphins organization? Is he part of any organization? There's a reason Super Bowl rings have diamonds. These victories are forged under pressure. Yes, indeed. I mean, as good as Joe Burrow is right now, putting up numbers, look at what he's doing. Scoring, putting up nice stats. They're not going to make the playoffs. Does anybody care? I know the Bengals fans are probably like, yeah, it's great. Good, we have a quarterback. We want to win games. We want to be in the conversation. Would you forego some of those Joe Burrow stats for wins? Of course. You want to be like, no, I just want Joe Burrow stats to be this good. I don't care if we win games. Nobody's going to say that. Burrow needs a defense. That's the biggest thing Burrow needs. 1st and 10. Burrow got to a Super Bowl with no offensive line. Almost won that Super Bowl too. Tua out to Tyreek Hill. It's so crazy to watch this game and see the Jets blowing a lead and the Dolphins driving downfield and just being numb to it. Like, okay, it's okay, whatever. Speeds of Poet says, rant over those comments between the donos, paying for the read of them. Okay, hold on one second. Let me look. What, Speeds of Poet with a $5, thank you so much. So the comments over in between the donations. Let me see. Speeds, hold on one second. There's a reason Super Bowl rings have diamonds. What did I miss? Going from just relevant enough to break your heart, and we shouldn't have lost that. When you start talking Super Bowls, it's the little things, the single moments, clutch time. Yes, exactly. As a Chiefs fan, my whole life since Gerback, I've sat through heartbreak and back-to-back 2-14 seasons, and great teams undone by making them punt, no touchdowns and losing. The Mariota touchdown. Yeah, you remember all of the heartbreak. You remember all of the heartbreak. You remember all of the things that just you were close enough and then it just stabbed you in the chest. That is terrible. In a lot of ways, that's worse than not even being there. Tua gets the ball out to Waddle. Ask any Seattle fan, would you rather have not made that Super Bowl or made the Super Bowl and lost the way you did? I'm not saying everyone would say not made the Super Bowl, but I'm sure there would probably be split. Jets are getting a flag. That's perfect. Quinton Williams. There's probably a lot of Seattle fans that are like, you know what? I would rather have not lost that way. I'd rather have not even been there than lose that way. Who's the worst quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Jeff Hostetler? Haas was good that year, though. Haas was pretty good. The worst quarterback to win a Super Bowl was probably Jim McMahon, I would think. Jim McMahon, I don't think was a very good quarterback. Oh, there we go. Jim McMahon had a Super Bowl ring, but sadly bad brain injuries. Yeah, Father Dismas said it before I did. I would say McMahon is probably the worst quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Miami down to the 48-yard line. The Bengals might have the best offense ever this year, but the defense will not be outdone in generosity, says Father Dismas. Yes. Yes. Xavier Legette sold. Oh, man, I wish I could see that. Giants are back in the game, by the way. 2nd and 7. There's another flag. Oh, my God. I can't stand watching these games with the stupid flags. Joshua Woolley says, I would rather have what happened than not make the Super Bowl. All right. I think there would probably be Seahawks fans that would rather have not. It would be hard for me. It would be hard for me because to lose that way was just. But the whole lead up to the Super Bowl is fun, though. Like getting there, so I get it. I get the whole, you win the NFC Championship game. You have all that. So you wouldn't want to forego that, I guess. But losing that way is rough, man. Second and 17. Tua, back to pass. Achane gets about a yard, so we got a third and about 16 coming up. Man, the Dolphins aren't a very good football team. If Mike Evans doesn't get his 1,000 yards, I'll be in shambles, says Green Lobster Monster. Praying for Mike Evans. Legette dropped the game-winning touchdown. Oh, son of a... Are you kidding me? So is that game pretty much over now? Yeah, Philly's ball. Yeah, that game's done. Downfield. Oh, that was almost picked off. That was intended for Jalen Waddle. We got a 4th and 15 up, and Miami is going to have to punt this. Man. So remember, we will be back tonight, and the stream will not be hurt in any way. I'm going to have it up and running beforehand to make sure that we don't have any problems. It was getting to back-to-back Super Bowls in back-to-back years. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. Yeah, you got that. You got that right, Joshua. That might have been a bad example, but you know where I was going with that. Tim Daniel says, oh my God, the Eagles are going to give me a heart attack. It's just beginning, Tim. It is just beginning. The gauntlet is coming. Getting close to the playoffs and whatnot. I'd rather have the shot of getting the ring and failing instead of falling short of that opportunity time after time like my Packers actually did. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. It's a tough situation though, man. Losing like that, oof. Will the Jets be able to win this game? This is the question. 4:25 left. Rodgers on the play action. Back to pass. Gets the ball off to Isaiah Davis, that's incomplete. He lost the football. That's incomplete. Yeah, making a Super Bowl is still a championship to hang banners for conference wins. Yeah, got it. Devontae Adams has his helmet off. He's mad at something. Devontae and Garrett Wilson crashed into each other? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Garrett and Devontae had a collision. And Adams is coming off the field. Good God. And Garrett's still on the field, but he's banged up. Oh, RX Power comes in with a fiver. Says, I'm relying on Keenan Allen, Brock, and Orby to deliver me a victory. ... Well, good luck to you, Red X. I'm facing Sam Darnold. So, in a game that I need to win. And it's against the worst team in the league, and they're probably going to beat me. Unbelievable. Red X is up to 139.76 right now. And Braylon Allen gets the first down. Excellent. $139.76 for the great Red X Power. Who was in a bit of a scuffle with Bubba again that rivalry was reignited a little bit during the stream. And Rodgers back to pass, gets the ball off to Garrett Wilson, and he goes forward for about a gain of 2. And we're going to show you the contenders again. There's Red X Power, the number 4 contender. 139.76. Behind Carter Ferris at 160.95. Followed this was 167.33. Who's the number 2 contender? Melissa Klein at 225, the number 1 contender. Braylon is a bowling ball indeed, SG. Yep. Braylon is a bowling ball. He is insane. Got a 2nd and 7 coming up. Garrett Wilson, 6 receptions, 108 yards. No scores. Gets the ball off to Garrett, and Garrett's going to get... Oh, nice move by Wilson. Spins and gets close to the first down marker. That's about a gain of 6. So we'll have a 3rd and 1 coming up. What a game by Josh Jacobs on Thursday night, by the way. What a game. That was a fun game. That was a fun game. And you could tell it was fun because we're still talking about it. Third and 1. Rodgers has Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis in the backfield. Calls timeout as the clock was about to run out. As this timeout is called, we're going to hear All Hail Lord Chair for a moment. Oh, man, I was not on screen. I wasn't even on screen. So crazy. I'll be right back. This is Pete Bree. So the Jets got the first down on a handoff to Braylon Allen, the bowling ball. Yes. All right, they're marching downfield. Here we go. 2:13 left. Will Rogers let this tick down to the 2-minute warning, or are they going to take the snap? He takes the snap. Gets the ball off, and that's over the middle to Devontae, who is now in Miami territory at the 46-yard line. Not the 56-yard line. Definitely not the 56-yard line. No one treads there. Is love, sweet love. For a direct Raiders example, would you rather be Rich Gannon or Brad Johnson? That's a fair question. That's a fair question, Speeds of Poet. I'm always taking the guy that won a Super Bowl. Always taking the guy that won a Super Bowl. So is the Philly game? Philly game's over. Pittsburgh's up 27-14. Giants have the ball, trailing 14-11. Minnesota's up 42-21. Tampa Bay up 28-13. And we have some finals as well. I love this John Travolta Santa commercial. It's the first time I'm seeing it this year. I remember it last year. He always got a nice tall glass of, is that eggnog or just milk? Did you hear Lorraine? She said hello. Follow dismisses away for a minute. Hi.
How much longer?
There's about 2 minutes left in the game.
So how much does that equal?
So that might be 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
See you soon.
See you
Are
soon.
you sad that they lose?
They're tied right now.
Oh, they're not going to go into overtime, right?
I hope not. I don't think so. I don't think so. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to end this madness. So here we go. So I'll definitely see you guys tonight for the Chiefs game. That is going to be a lot of fun. Lot of fun. Seven concurrents on the short stream. Excellent. Welcome, 7 concurrents. Kadarius Toney did something? What? No. I don't believe it. Did Kadarius Toney actually do something? Get out of town. Aaron Rodgers, 24-36 for 295 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 8 receptions, 95 yards and a touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 8 receptions, 92 yards and a touchdown. At the 2-point conversion, Rodgers at the 45-yard line of the Miami Dolphins take the snap, play action, gets the ball off, and that is caught by Alan Lazard, and he is at the 26-yard line. And the clock is ticking down. Miami has 2 timeouts left. The Jets have 1 timeout left. Hell of a pass. Oh, Kadarius Toney muffed a punt. That makes sense. That makes sense. That was very nice. Okay, here we go. Jacksonville beat Tennessee, so Jacksonville is 3-10. Pitch out to Isaiah Davis, and he's going to lose a few yards. So we got 2nd down coming up. 1:10 on the clock, and Miami takes a timeout. 2nd and 15 coming up. So, let's see. So the Giants have a shot at winning that game. Can't believe Jacksonville won. 2-11 Vegas Raiders, man. 2nd and 15. Rodgers working out of the shotgun. 2nd and 15. Sorry, they are at the 32-yard line. Rodgers back to pass. Pump fakes. Avoids pressure. Oh, nope, he gets eaten up. Gets swallowed up in the backfield. Goes down. We're going to have a 3rd and long coming up. Lost 6 yards. 3rd and 21 coming up. This is New York Jets football, ladies and gentlemen. Jefferson and Addison becoming an amazing receiver duo. Yeah. Yeah, that is incredible. Well, Wilson was open over the middle. Rodgers just got swallowed up in the backfield. .102 left in the game. Rodgers out of the shotgun. 3rd and 21. He's still dangerous in these situations. 3rd and 21. Throws the ball to Adams. And that is catches it, gets pushed out of bounds. At the 24-yard line, Miami has no timeouts left. 56 seconds left, and Anders Carlson will come out and look to take the lead here. So how long is this? This is going to be, he's 3 of 3 today, made 28, 30, and 40. 42-yard attempt. It is up, and he splits it, and the Jets take the lead 26-23. All right. All right, I'm cool with that. Cool with that. Let's go defense. Does the defense hold here? Keep them out of field goal range. I think the defense could do it. This is what I want to see now. This is what I want to see from this game is I want to see the defense hold them and win the game 26-23. That would be spectacular. That's what I want out of this game right now. Even though we'll win, I mean, okay, doesn't help us. But always beating the Dolphins is fun. Beating the Dolphins is fun. And seeing that look on Mike McDaniel's face is even more fun. Ben Skarsgård, a.k.a. Anders Carlson. Is it Bill Skarsgård? Bill Skarsgård. Sorry. 52 seconds left. Need the defense to hold. Hold! Miami has no timeouts. Malik Washington. Oh my God. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding? This team, I can't. I can't with this team. Are you serious? Malik Washington with a hell of a return. Of course. I can't with this team. This team, I want to just kick this team in the nuts. I want to kick them square in the nuts. If they were standing in front of me, I would just kick them hard. Just the... My God, Anders, was that Carlson? No. Was it? Yeah, he got knocked on that. Malik Washington takes this to the Miami 47. Oh, my Lord. Are you kidding me? Now you need like 14 yards to get a first down, to get a field goal range and perhaps tie the game. And Jesus Christ. This game goes into overtime. Are you serious? Okay, Tua just overthrows this. 41 seconds left, 2nd down. Oh, God. What just happened? Malik Washington ran back a nice kickoff return somehow because the Jets will jet. This team is just so poorly coached, man. I can't. I hate them. So poorly coached. I hate the coaching staff. Can't stand the coaching staff. They make me want to vomit. 2nd and 10 coming up. Tua working out of the shotgun. I want to see something embarrassing happen to the Dolphins right here. Oh, no, of course. Tyreek Hill catches it, gets out of bounds right at the... They're in field goal range now. Good God. Gain of 14. This is because PFA came in and said overtime. She says the word overtime, and that sends the game right into overtime. Always happens. Always happens. Unreal. Dude says, may Eagles win ugly. Yeah, that happens. First and 10. Maybe the Dolphins will just keep going for it. At this point, like, just score a touchdown then. There you go, deep. Throw a flag. No flag? Come on. At this point, I'm just like, all right, Miami, score. If you're going to score, just score. Score a touchdown. Just end the game. Giants are driving. Oh, look at that. It'd be cool if the Giants won that game. Second and 10 with 30 seconds left. Tua working out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Throws over the middle to Waddle. They're playing for the field goal now. 24 seconds left. Third down. 18 seconds. Tua takes the snap. 15 seconds left. Throws the ball over the middle, and that's incomplete. 12 seconds, 4th and 4, and here comes Jason Sanders. Bledsoe says the Jets will somehow win this game. I don't know. I don't know. Jason Sanders' career long is 57 yards. I mean, in this weather, this is basically a chip shot for him. Made his last 15 field goal attempts. And the Jets take a timeout. Like, are you serious? Just come on. Just because you have it doesn't mean you have to use it. Fourth and 4. Jason Sanders coming out to kick the field goal. Let's see what happens here. 4th and 4. 52-yard attempt on 4th and 4 for Sanders. And there's the snap. The kick is up. And that is good, of course. And the game is likely going to go to overtime unless the Jets do something crazy. This is all because of PFA. She came in here and said this game's going to go to overtime. And it did. Oh, Sharky's got a D&D break. Go Jets. We'll join tonight. Yeah, you join for the Chiefs game. We're going to be doing that. Sanders comes in. This is the game that'll never end, folks. This game will never end. And good God. This is what the Jets are going to do. They're going to make us all sit here and just watch them trudge through these games that don't matter. I keep telling you PFA is a future-telling device. I don't believe in a future-telling device, but if I did, I would totally think you might be right about that. Tie game. 7 seconds left. Todd Shuchuk says, as a Fins fan, I feel the exact same way as you. Fins will lose. I don't know. I don't know. This is the Jets we're talking about. I don't know that the Jets are capable of winning this game. I don't know. And that ball goes out of bounds. So we need... So stupid Jeff Ulbrich used that timeout before, which the Jets could make a big play here, get into field goal range, and call a timeout. But no, The coaching is terrible. Coaching is terrible. Now, if they complete a long pass downfield, they have to try to get out of bounds, or or it goes into overtime. Ridiculous. It's crazy how ridiculous this team is. Giants are down to the 12. Oh, man, I hope the Giants win that game. That'd be fun. Remember the Monday night game? Oh, I will never forget that game. The Jumbo Elliott game? Oh, yes. Here we go. 1st and 10. Rodgers takes the snap. Throws over the middle to Tyler Conklin, and that's going to send us into overtime. Oh, boy. Overtime. Mike Causey comes in and says, the Jets are to the NFL what the Rangers are to D&D. Someone up top clearly hates both. Thank you, Mike Causey. Mike Causey is a Broncos fan. He must be happy because the Broncos are killing it lately. I can't believe the Jets gave up that kickoff return. Like, it's just, they are just, anything they can do to tick me off, they do. It's just insane. What a goated comment. Yes. Okay, we're going over the overtime rules as if everybody doesn't know what they are. And Bubby Brister calls tails, and the Dolphins will receive. All right, so what I can see here is Miami just coming right out and throwing a long pass and scoring a touchdown. Ridiculous. Jets and Finns end in tie. Yeah, I could see that happening. I could totally see that happening. The anxiety continues, yes. The Jets will officially be eliminated with a loss here, by the way. So they will have to issue their apology letter to the teacher in NFL high school, should that happen. Not only were the Eagles substandard today, but I had to listen to Mark Sanchez blathering like an idiot. Yes, we don't like listening to Mark Sanchez. As you know, I'm not a Mark Sanchez guy. Takeda Luna is, though. Takeda Luna loves Mark Sanchez. He loves Mark Sanchez. I don't know who he loves more, Mark Sanchez or Dan Campbell's decision-making. Probably goes to bed at night dreaming of Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down and smiling as it happens. Let's go. Okay, 26-26 at the start of overtime. An interception will occur in overtime, says Blitzo. Blitzo might have a future-telling device. I don't know. So it's Dolphins' ball, so ball almost move. There we go. All reviews initiated by a replay official. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Elmo Jets fan says, how will we mess this up? I could see a slant to Tyreek Hill who just takes it all the way to the end zone. We've already messed this game up. Basis says number 1 picks. Oh, so the Giants could not get in the end zone. Giants could not score. So Bahase is happy. Yes. Giants are wise to not tie that game. Wise. Okay. New Jersey Football Giants. Micah Travis Hunter. That'd be insane. Tua gets chased, throws us out of bounds. Pick 6 on the first drive. Sharky's calling it. I would love that. That would be fun. PFA is going to be so mad if she comes in and sees this game's in overtime, but she's the one that called it. This is 100% her fault. 100%. Oh, the field goal got blocked. Oh, wow. Insane. Oh, Jonnu Smith, look at him go. He's across the 50. Wow. They finally got Jonnu Smith involved. Takeda Luna says, congrats, Rich, you're getting Dable. I'd be fine with that. Oh, you know that I want Dable. You know I'd be down with Dable. McDonald got his fingertips on that, but Jonnu Smith was still able to catch it. Yeah, Dable will probably get fired. Dable will probably get fired. And if the Jets can't get Mike Vrabel, Dable is second on my list, and then Pete Carroll is third. That's what I want. Lorraine is screaming. She's like, what? Did it go into overtime? Are you kidding me? Another screen in Jonnu Smith. I would just keep doing that. Jets can't stop it. Down to the 35. They cannot stop it, so just keep doing that. If I'm Mike McDaniel, I am tight end screening the hell out of these guys. Tight end screening the hell out of them. Like I said, look, obviously I'm a Jets fan. You guys see this. But if they lose, they lose. If he dies, he dies. Like Drago said in Rocky IV. I mean, can't say I would be upset. But I also wouldn't be upset if they won. If they beat Miami, I wouldn't be upset. Why wouldn't I want both? Give me both. I'm fine with both. You kidding me? And Tua gets the ball off another screen. This is to Achan, who runs into his own player. I mean, just keep giving it to Jonnu Smith, man. What are you doing? I'd fire Schoen and keep Dable. Yeah, I would do that too, Tim Daniel. That would make sense. But the only reason I'm saying Dable will probably get fired is because Belichick, I could see Belichick going to the Giants. And if they have an opportunity to get Belichick, I don't think they give that up. It's too tempting. Lorraine is being crazy right now. So there goes Tua. He gets the ball off, and that is caught by Tyreek. He's down to the 23-yard line, and he's looking serious right now. He is looking serious. Gain of 8 on the play. Who would you pick as head coach and a coordinator? I really hope Lorraine is rooting for the Seahawks over the Cardinals. Yeah, I'm sure she is. Would I pick as a head coach and a coordinator? I said I would go Vrabel. As far as a coordinator goes, I mean, I'm concerned about the head coach. I have faith that Vrabel will choose a capable coordinator. There's not really anybody that I'm thinking of that I'm like, oh, I would want this guy as a coordinator. Now, if Dable is available as an offensive coordinator and he's not going to get another head coaching job, that would be my pick. That would be my pick. Belichick's not going to North Carolina. I saw he took an interview as a college football coach. I don't think he's going to do that. That's way more work than being an NFL coach. But you never see. I mean, you never know. You never know. The thing is, Belichick could easily get a college football coaching job. I think he's going to see how this plays out, sees what happens with the NFL, and then, if he doesn't get what he wants, then he'll explore college. That's a first down to each HN. And they are down to the 12. Do you want Aaron quarterback next year or no? As a stopgap? Yeah. I'm fine with Aaron as a quarterback next year. If the Jets, look, they lose this game, let's say they finish the season with 3 wins and they're in a position to draft a young quarterback, I would love to have Aaron as a stopgap. So you don't have to rush the kid in. Lorraine's just being crazy right now. 1st and 10, Achang gets about a gain of 3. We got about 2nd and 7 coming up. Oh, Lorraine. Stop it. The Giants are an interesting team, though. They have a good defense. You got Malik Neighbors, Tyrone Tracy. I mean, offensive line and quarterback are their most glaring issues. 2nd and 7. Here comes Tua. Oh, dude, you got this guy wide open. Oh, to Jonnu Smith, he catches it. That's game. The Dolphins will beat the Jets. Look at that. Unbelievable. I don't care. Whatever. Final. We're going to just update the final really quick. 32-26. Good God. Anyway, that's what we waited for, Jets. Seriously. I will be back tonight. Thank you to everybody who joined the stream. Thank you to everybody who donated. We will be back tonight for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers. And what nonsense are we going to be in for tonight? I'm going to go tell Lorraine to shut up right now because she's driving me crazy. I will see you guys later.